Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. Woo! Okay. So, hey, how are you? Hi. Hello. Sorry I am late. I'm not actually late. I'm at the expected time. The expected time is just later than advertised. So, tonight we've got some things to talk about. Some things that are fun to talk about. Oh, goodness gracious. I've got some stories. But what I want to start with is I want to talk about bullying online. I want to talk about bullying online. It's gotten out of hand. The bullying is too much. It's too much. And so we're going to talk about it. Ever since I did the Thunderfoot video, I have been bullied. And I am not going to stand for it anymore. So we are going to talk about the bullies. We're going to expose the bullies. And the bullying, it left the internet. The bullying left the internet and it went to my phone. And we're going to listen to bullying. because a bully left some voicemails. So I thought we'd listen to some bullying. I don't know, unless you guys don't want to. But we can't start with those. We can't start with the let's see. Yeah, I want to go to this. We can't start with those voicemails. We've got to build up to it. I want to let you guys know what's going on. Look, I always want to be transparent, and when I'm afraid or whatever, I want you guys to know about it. I'm in fear for my safety, obviously from the bullying. Okay. I have to find one other thing here. Please confirm that Andrew wore snowboard as DSP. I don't think so. I don't think he's as bankrupt. I got some of it pulled up. I need to get one more section of bullying pulled up. Which is going to be right here. Okay. Here's where it's going to start. So, everything good? Okay. First, there are a couple super chats that I need to read, and then we'll jump right in. Okay. Jeff Patriot sent a cat. So that was nice. Wait, is that? Oh, that's hold on, I gotta go farther back. I hate YouTube's new change. Hi, if a super chat comes in early now, we're going to just go ahead and move it off of your screen. West Nile Chan says, Nick, trans medicine is a very complex and nuanced field. It confirmed to the position of token trans, or if confirmed to the position of token trans, I would be pleased to come onto your show and talk with you about the standards of care and the complexity of this field. Okay. You wouldn't, I don't know if you'd be the token trans, because they've got other trans also who are fans of the show. But I believe you that it's nuanced and complex or whatever. Mr. Rigsby Gaming says, I deleted all social media except this. What's this Soye slurping up all the man gravy thing I keep hearing about? I simply must know. Look. Okay, we should talk about that too, just a little bit. Did you guys see? Okay, first things first. There was no opinion issued in Vic's appeal today. No opinion today. Wait till next week. Don't at me, bro. Those opinions issue at 9:30 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays, and there was not one on Vic today, so next week. Anybody who asks me if there's an update in Vic's case before then gets a demerit, and they have to eat razor blades. Okay. So that being said, adjacent to that, there was an online thing on Twitter. Twitter is this weird place where heathens and degenerates live. And on this Twitter thing, there's a guy named Ron Toye. Ron Toye is, of course, a central character in the Vic Mignogna drama saga. And it was a quiz, and what you did was you tallied up a total of all the things that you've done, and each one was assigned a dollar value, okay? And all the things that you've done sexually, each one's assigned a dollar value. So it might be like sex with a lady, $500 or something like that, okay? So Ron tallied up his total, and how do I put this? According to his total, he's drank semen. So that, I don't know what else to say. It's not me. I'm not doing the math here. You know, if I did the math, it'd be wrong. That's just what his quiz said. Now, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I haven't really talked about it because it's horrifying, and you'll have to go look it up for yourself. But people are asking. That's his story to tell. That's her truth. So I don't want to get into it, but okay. So that's all right. There's all sorts of other degeneracy to extract from that tweet too. So Robert Levito says, "Excuse me, waiter, one grift, please." Oh, coming right up. Oh, and for those asking, no, I will not be activating the Twitter super follower feature. Even I have limits. Unless you want me to, then I will. Bad Vibe says, I don't know about Transparent, but you are whiter than powder. The movie. Okay. I wish I could rub a spoon and make it magnetic. BG Willia 21207 says, Lotus Eaters are in YouTube jail for a week. What did you do to them? How are they in jail for a week? What did they do? What did they do? Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I didn't do nothing to them. I didn't do nothing to them. I thought the Lotus Eater podcast was nice and tame. Okay, let's move on to internet bullying. Now, some people have rudely speculated that this topic tonight of people being mean to me was low energy Twitter whining. How dare you? How dare you suggest that I would do low energy whining about tweets? I'm going to do low energy whining about YouTube comments, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You garbage man. But not like the noble actual garbage man, like someone who lives in garbage. Not the person who picks up the garbage. Rude. No. You know, I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because it's fun, and it's not Twitter. It's not just Twitter. This is mean stuff. I want to point out the meanness. Morty J says, Nick, did you see Carl Benjamin had Shad on for a late night stream talking about masculinity and the joys of being a father? Seems like he's prepping you for asking him for a Chad Dad stream. With Shad? Oh, Shadiversity. I thought you were talking about Shad Man, and I was like, Jesus. Is that guy allowed around kids? I don't even know. Okay, so this goes back. So I did a Thunderfoot video. Did the Thunderfoot video a couple days ago. Was that just yesterday? Yeah, just yesterday. It's a great video. I'll humbly say it's great. And it's been doing wonderful and whatever, but of course it's another little corner of the internet. And so every time I run into a new corner of the internet, something happens. And we go through the same cycle of comments that happens every time I cover something. Oh, I've heard of this guy. I don't know how these people hear about me anyway. They heard about me, blah, 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 not a real lawyer. It's a cycle. It's a cycle of things. So here we go. Let's start by looking at this. This is Thunderfoot's post about me doing the premiere, and he was going to be in the chat. And so most of this stuff is not about me. Not about me at all. Let's see. And we've got some different levels of bullying here. Like this one is bullying. Ugh, that lawyerish fellow. It's a bit wishy-washy. What's lawyerish? There's no evidence Trevor applied a good faith fair use analysis of DMCA prior to threatening a suit. Lols. Well, there is. If you don't know about this, so this guy Trevor Mallman, he had a fit. He's a photographer for Ars Technica. He did a shitty grainy video of SpaceX and Thunderfoot used like 18 seconds, 17 seconds, something like that of his clip in a 20-minute or of his 7-minute video, clipped out 17, 18 seconds, and used that clip in a 20-minute video. I went through a whole thing going through this guy's fair use analysis that he did on Twitter. So the reason I was pointing this out is because Thunderfoot brought up Lens versus Universal, and in Lens, there was no evidence that Lens did any fair use analysis. Okay. And so I'm pointing out that Trevor did an analysis. It just wasn't a good one, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean it's in bad faith or that he didn't do it. So it's a little bit different than Lens. So that's all I was pointing out. And the reply is me. The reply is me talking about it, and that's fine. This is mild bullying. Mild bullying. This person's still getting reported, though, to the police. Let's see. Negative comments about Thunderfoot. Who cares about that? Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. This one was great. This one's fun. Chuck Boris, which obviously this is a Russian bot because this is Boris, right? Rekieta was pretty wrong about the Patreon Owen Benjamin lawsuit. What are you talking about? I was wrong. What are you talking about? I was wrong. That suit has gone exactly. Not that I'm special. This is an easy one to see. But this lawsuit was an absolute joke. And Patreon got blown out of the water. Patreon, if you'll remember, this is great review. Owen Benjamin got kicked off of Patreon. And so Owen Benjamin teamed up with Vox, the Dark Lord Day. And Owen and Vox got together, and a bunch of their patrons, a bunch of Owen's patrons, decided to file arbitrations. Okay? 100 of them. 100 arbitrations to the tune of $250 per arbitrator. Now, what that meant for Patreon under the rules of Jam's arbitration was that Patreon would have to pay the other $2,750 filing fee, because it's $3,000 to file a Jam's arbitration. That means that if there's 100 of them, the only cost that's paid by the consumer is the $250. So the 100 of them aggregated is $25,000, but it's $250 a pop. For Patreon, that comes out to $2,750 a pop to start. Now then Patreon has to pay all of the arbitration costs that follows that as well. So there's 100 of them. $2,750 each. You're now at $275,000 in filing fees. Then, in every single one of those where there's a hearing, you have to pay the arbitrator, which means you have to pay for a person to sit there and sit in judgment over you. And they're like lawyer rates. We're talking $700 an hour. Maybe more. Could be $1,000 an hour for an arbitrator. It depends. They have to pay it. And if there's something that happens in each one of those cases, it's not 1 hour, it's 100 hours. It's 100 hours every single time. So Patreon knew this was coming. Because Patreon had in their thing that they had to do arbitration and that you waived class action. They made it that way. And so that meant is when they went to arbitration, as Good Logic, who I saw in the chat, pointed out on a different case, if you go to arbitration on this, you have to go individually because the Supreme Court ruled that you can't do a class action arbitration if you waive your class action in your adhesion contract under the terms of use. Patreon painted itself into this corner. This is such a heroic story, by the way, and Vox and Owen don't get enough credit for what's going on right now, but they're fighting the good fight. So Patreon recognized how bad this was going to be for them, and so they sued all of these people in California. Yep, in San Francisco. And they sued them to enjoin them from bringing these arbitrations. So they tried to stop them from arbitrating. They asked the court for a temporary injunction against their customers. And these are all current customers, like of Patreon, and said, no, we don't want them to arbitrate. And they got blown out. They got blown out in court by the representative for Owen Benjamin's side for the people was Mark Randazza. Mark Randazza went in there. He made a good argument. And then the judge in the case, made an even better argument. And the judge basically lit up Patreon in that hearing, and they lost their preliminary injunction. And then, after a little while, they filed a motion to dismiss without prejudice so they could refile. And then those people move to collect attorney's fees from Patreon. And then Patreon the next day moved to dismiss with prejudice. So Patreon has dismissed with prejudice its claims against the arbitrators. All of them. Patreon lost that suit heavily. And now they're in arbitration still. Like, that's still ongoing. And we may never actually know what's going on because the result of that may be confidential. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the long run. But that's still ongoing. And yes, Patreon tried to change their TOS to get out of arbitration. And that brought complaints, more arbitration complaints against Patreon. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been happening in that case, but because it's in arbitration, it's pseudo-private. And so, I don't have all of the details, but I was not wrong on that in any place at all. I may have been wrong on how badly Patreon will get ruined, because this might end up being worse than I predicted for them, which would be funny. It would be great, and they deserve every single second of it. But that being said, he's like, I'm on Thunderfoot's side. I just don't trust Rekieta for his piss-poor analysis of the Patreon suit. Again, it's what I said is exactly what happened. It wasn't hard to analyze at all. And for defending the rabid anti-Semitic moon landing deniers, space isn't real, the moon is just a hologram, flat earther Owen Benjamin. So now you see what happened. Now I did reply. Wait, what? Okay. So here we go. Patreon is still around. Owen had to pay for his lawyers out of pocket. The Bears got their filing fees back. Owen still isn't allowed on Patreon. If you call that a win, then I guess. And I never said Patreon won. You said that and tried to say I said it. Patreon, I have no idea what he's talking about here. They're still in arbitration. They're still in arbitration. And then he goes on to talk about Owen Benjamin. Oh my gosh. I don't know where these people are reading this stuff, but this is great. This is great. So, this is still going on. They don't know. It's too bad. So again, internet bullying. These people are wonderful. Okay. Here we go. We're almost there. We're almost to... I've got, again, we're warming up to the bullying. That was also mild bullying. Boris is also being reported to the police and to Joe Biden because he's Russian. I like this one. Not sure I can take this guy seriously. His back catalog is textbook partisan. For those of us not totally absorbed in U.S. politics, it looks ridiculous. And again, I don't see what this has to do with a fair use analysis, but yeah. So I talked to a couple people in here. To sum it up, you are a right-wing nutter. All one needs to know about you is in the first 2 minutes of this video, in which you clearly show how limited your scope of understanding is. It's actually frightening that someone out there might take you seriously. Oh, what's this? I don't even know which one this is. Lauren Boebert defends the Second Amendment. She did. She did defend the Second Amendment. That's great. This is fantastic. Okay, so anyway, you can see some of this. Most of this stuff isn't about me, which is why we're skipping most of it. Here we go. Too bad it's not anyone competent who picked this up. The guy has countless videos where he got everything super wrong and thinks the MyPillow guy will win his Dominion lawsuit. Again, I have not said that the MyPillow guy would win his Dominion lawsuit. So this is the quality of analysis that's coming back at me, which is rude. Rude. Also, someone got mad. Here we go. Where was it? Let's see. You said that AOC lied about sexual assault. What are they talking about? I didn't even know AOC talked about sexual assault. I mean, inherently, because of who AOC is, I believe it. I believe she has talked about sexual assault. So I'm sure that's interesting to your audience, but that doesn't mean that you're spreading correct information. But I didn't say that. I said AOC lied about her near-death experience at the Capitol building. That's what I was talking about. And that's because she did lie. She did lie about the near-death experience at the Capitol building. That's not even controversial. That just happened. It's her I'm a victim thing on Instagram. I don't know what that is. I've never seen it. I have no idea. I don't follow AOC on Instagram. So, you know. Okay. Bad Vibe says, Nick, the reason you are running into new corners is because if we put you in a round room, you would become confused. That's true. That's true. Socialism is for Figs says, it isn't even Mike Lindell lawsuit. It's Dominion lawsuit going after Mike, and he wants it because of discovery. That is all he said. Yeah, I also pointed out, like, the hurdles that Dominion has to get past to bring Mike Lindell, or to win their lawsuit against Mike Lindell. The hurdles are, they're a public figure. And since they're a public figure, they have the heightened requirements for defamation as public figures. It's not necessarily easy for them. Mike Lindell's speech is at the maximum amount of protection because it's not only are they public figures, this is a matter of obvious public concern, and it's political during the most politically important event that happens every 4 years, which is a presidential election. So his protection for speech is at the maximum. Dominion also has to convince everybody that Mike Lindell matters, that what he says matters, and that he caused them damage. They have to prove these things. I didn't say they can't, but there are huge hurdles for them in that case. But this is all rookie stuff. Rookie stuff. Here we go. Sofa Miller, otherwise known as Patrick, in South Dakota. Patrick Miller in South Dakota is Sofa Miller. This person commented on my own video. So we're going to go through this, and then I'm going to play you, I'm going to tell you about some voicemails. And I'm going to tell you about some phone calls, and then some voicemails. So now you're literally saying in the comments that the work of photojournalists is unprotected, and news outlets just pay them out of the kindness of their hearts. Sorry. But if a photojournalist films half an hour for instance, a car accident at exit 152, and local news wants to use 10 seconds of that footage during their half-hour evening news program in which anchors will speak over said footage, that doesn't make it fair use. I didn't say it did. They don't just pay these people out of the kindness of their hearts. They pay because the law requires it. Well, actually, lots of news stories or news stations pay out of courtesy and to head off a potential for a lawsuit. It's not that they're required to pay them. They're actually not. In fact, there's even oftentimes a newsworthiness exception. Newsworthiness is part of the fair use question. It's not cut and dry, and every situation's different. Here's the thing. If a news station pays someone for footage and they get them to sign a media license agreement, then that person can't sue them. And they may get exclusivity out of that media license agreement, which means that they're the only people who get to use the footage. There's all kinds of reasons that news stations pay for footage, not any of which has to do with whether or not it's fair use. News stations do it for other reasons. The reality is that if a news station found something and did a fair use of the clip, they wouldn't have to pay a photojournalist. Nothing about being a photojournalist is special at all. In fact, you're unspecial. You're so unspecial, no one cares. Reevaluate your life. You're a photojournalist. But that being said, you're making yourself and your firm look really bad when you're making an argument that would, if set as a precedent, end an entire industry. Wrong. It's not me setting the precedent. It's U.S. copyright law. It's U.S. copyright law that creates a fair use exception no matter the circumstances. If it falls within the 4 factors of fair use, then it's fair use. If it's a new transformative work, then it's fair use. Just is. So I said, you misunderstanding fair use and coming up with different situations that aren't analogous to this doesn't make me look bad. Which is true. It isn't analogous. It's actually the exact same situation. It's not. And if this person, if Patrick here had any concept of fair use analysis and how the courts look at it, you'd know that there are no 2 exact same situations. Every single fair use case is a case-by-case analysis. It's case-by-case, fact-intensive, and specific. And you have to apply the specific facts of each case to the law. There isn't an analog. There isn't an identical case in fair use, in copyright infringement, because everything is different. Creative works are different. The amounts of creative works used are different. The situations of the original work and the subsequent work are different from every single case to case. They can't do it. They can't make a bright line rule. It's impossible. So it's not the exact same situation. That is literally how the industry works, whether it's a rocket launch or a car accident. But it's already not the exact same situation because Thunderfoot isn't a news station. So this person's not only wrong, they're also dumb. And the fact that you have no rebuttal whatsoever except essentially say nuh-uh makes you look even worse. But that's what you did. You said nuh-uh. Does that get you far in court? Just saying, no, you just don't understand the law? Yes. Yes, I've had to tell prosecutors that they don't understand the law. I've had to tell judges that they don't understand the law. I've had to tell opposing counsel that they don't understand the law. And I've been right all of those times that I've had to do that because they didn't understand the law. And it's not like I inherently understood it. I had just read it more recently than them. A lawyer worth their salt could explain exactly what it is I'm not understanding and how my scenario from the same industry is somehow different. It's not the same industry. Why is it that the car fire footage is protected but rocket footage is not? We don't know that the car fire footage is protected, you dope. I didn't actually see this comment when I replied here. I was replying to this comment because I wasn't staring at the comment section. I just got notifications. I was walking around with my, 21 hours ago. So this would have been, just after the last show. So just after the last show, I responded to this. And then I responded a little bit ago when I was walking around Target with my kid. Do you tell your clients you misunderstand the law and coming up with different situations that aren't analogous? Do you say that kind of thing to the judge? Do you think that makes you look good? Of course. Literally, yes. That's how lawyering works. Believe me, clients misunderstand the law all the time. All the time. Well, doesn't the law say I can do this? No. Doesn't the law say I get this? No. You're misunderstanding the law. The law says this or this or this. You have to do it all the time. It's my ethical obligation to correct them. They're paying me to tell them what the law is. They're paying me to tell them what the law is. I have to do it. I have to tell them. This is goofy. Judges are often wrong in the law as well. I don't think you know how lawyers operate. That seems clear to me. Let's see. Damnation 3 says, Nick, you're making your law firm look bad. Nick, I am the firm. Phoenix Alarm says, hey, Nick, I'm doing much better after the surgery. Hey, good, buddy. I'm glad to hear it. I have a funny story about the preacher voice. Steg gave me the timestamp of his super chat. I asked my nurse, a Jamaican lady, to rewind the stream. She stopped short of your simp sermon. She gave me a look, and I told her people pay you to say funny things. Godspeed. Can you do a shot for Steg and my crew at Phoenix's Weebs? They've been the glue that's held me together through this tough time. Yeah, man. Here we go. We'll do a shot of whiskey. Whoops. Uh-oh. That's more than a shot. It's a little bit extra, but. There you go, buddy. Cheers. Glad to hear you're doing better. Okay, so then they responded a couple times. I didn't get these notifications. I had no idea. I think I was asleep. But I got this one. So let's see what they said, because I haven't read all of them. Franco Miranda, I kind of would, but I kind of can't without permission from my clients. And 2, I don't have transcripts from them. Minnesota doesn't automatically do transcripts, so I'd have to like go in and buy them. But maybe. Sofa Miller says, so Patrick Miller from South Dakota says, correct them is not what you have done here. Well, yeah, I told you you're wrong. The law, I don't know. You would never say that to a client, period. Buddy. Have you? Obviously, this person's never met me. I don't do well with any authority at all. Even when that authority is someone paying me for something, if a client's an asshole to me, I'll be an asshole right back. I don't care. Like, if you don't want my help, piss off. I got literally anything else to do in my life than whatever that is. I often have reminded clients that I'm there to help them. When they want to sit and yell at me, fine. I'll just leave and I'll send them a bill for my time, and then I'll never have to deal with them again. It doesn't bother me that much. I had a client threaten to punch me in the face an hour before his deposition. I said, yeah, I'm not going to represent you in this deposition anymore. I'm not going to represent you. You're threatening physical violence against me. Sorry. It's over here. I can't be your attorney if you're threatening to harm me. And they said, well, what about my deposition? And I said, I'm sorry. That's too bad. I don't have time for this shit in my life. Do you? Do you? Now, I'm nice, so I got his deposition rescheduled before I terminated representation. But listen, Listen. I'm too old. I'm too old to deal with bullshit. Let's see. You would give some sort of, correction. You would explain how they are misunderstanding the law. I just spent 33 minutes of video explaining how the law was supposed to be understood. It's not my fault that this guy didn't get the lesson. And saying that to a judge would be contempt, straight up. No, it actually isn't. Judge, I'm sorry. You're misunderstanding or misreading that section of the law. If you actually look at this case, they interpret it in this way, and that's the controlling portion of this case. Or, I'm sorry, Judge, I don't believe that's how the law should be read. In fact, it makes much more sense from a public policy standpoint if we read it this particular way. Well, the state Supreme Court says, I know the Supreme Court has ruled in this way, and our situation is different from that. That's where the misunderstanding is happening here. That's not contempt. We push back on judges all the time. It's literally our job to do it. But again, this person doesn't know. Now, at this point, I've never talked to this person before. I've never talked to this person before at all. So I didn't realize that this is some like dumb kid running around South Dakota. I didn't understand that. I don't know who this is at all. I'm just responding in a YouTube comment. The fact that you have no rebuttal now compounded with the fact that you have now lied about your professional behavior speaks volumes about your ability as a lawyer. Where did you go to school? Most people who've watched me know this, but I went to William Mitchell College of Law. It's a 100-year-old school in Minnesota. It had a good schedule for me. It's fine. Literally, you look like an absolute joke at this point, kid. It's going to be fun, I guess, when we get to hear this guy talk. The law school you attended should be embarrassed. The law school I attended folded in with another law school. They were both on the fritz, and then they merged together like a mentally handicapped Power Ranger school. And now they're a new school combined of the old two. I don't care. Who are these weirdos who actually liked and care about the school they went to? That's weird. I've never, ever been like, I went to this school about anything, ever. I went to this school. Hope they burned down. The funniest thing for me was when my school merged in with another school, because then I stopped immediately caring for every single donation request from my old school. I'm like, oh, my school fell under. It's dead. Good. I'm never paying them a dime. Alumni, these nuts. I don't have to do shit. All right, here we go. It's no wonder other YouTube lawyers ignore you. No! Oh, no! Not the other YouTube lawyers. Actually, what's funny is most of the YouTube lawyers that I've even heard of don't. I'm friends with most of them. So that's fine. I don't really care. I know all the good ones. I've got Good Logic. We've got Uncivil Law, Nate the Lawyer, Emily Baker, Viva Fry, Robert Barnes. That's the only law tube that you need. What would you want to do? Listen to Legal? Actually, that Leto's Law guy is probably pretty cool. Louis Rossman, Lockpicking Lawyer, and Infinite Elgensity. I like all of those people. I hope to get to meet them at some point. Next time your potential customers say you look bad, listen. You can't afford me, you dummy. Can you imagine? Do you know Like, if someone was demanding to hire me, what my hourly rate would be now, it'd be off the charts because they'd have to pay me enough to stop caring about YouTube. It'd be a bad financial decision. You are not in a position to claim otherwise. What? What are you talking about? You'd think a lawyer would understand that affected parties often lack the introspection to accurately gauge how they appear to the outside world. No, I'm quite aware of how I appear to the outside world. Quite aware. Quite aware. I get told by people in comment sections and on Twitter all the time. What you have to understand is that lawyers have developed a habit of not paying too much mind when people don't like them, because on a good day as a lawyer, half of the people you're involved with in business hate you. That's a good day, because that means that your client likes you, but the other side doesn't. They already hate you. They hate everything you stand for. That's a good day. On a bad day, everybody you're involved with hates you. So we get kind of over the whole, well, think about how other people will see you. Oh my God, we're lawyers. The world literally dislikes us by our profession. Let's see. Here we go. This is the major reason professions like lawyers, psychologists, and professional personal development coaches even exist. Okay. I don't think you know how lawyers operate. My own lawyer liked to present actual evidence in case law. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure what? In your traffic violation or whatever, you're like 8 years old. It seemed to work well, with charges being dropped on multiple occasions. Let me fucking tell you about your problems from that sentence alone. How many of you have this line in your life? My lawyer's gotten charges dropped against me on multiple occasions. Holy shit, evaluate what's going on. Evaluate what's going on in your life, bud. Hey, maybe your lawyer should tell you you don't understand the law. That's why they keep arresting you. Dumbass. If only someone would have told this dumbass that he misunderstands the law, then maybe he wouldn't get arrested. Of course, then maybe he wouldn't be hiring that lawyer so much either. That's the grift right there. All right. Maybe that was just him, though. What does he know? I have no idea. He only went on to become the state's attorney for the county, although he also went on to resign in shame after a sexual harassment schedule, so... Maybe he just misunderstood the law around sexual harassment. I'm sure just saying nuh-uh after everything will get you even further in your professional career. Pfft. Nuh-uh. Look, sometimes things merit a thoughtful response. Other times, it's literally just nuh-uh. Like if you're qualified in a field and someone isn't, and you're really right and they're really wrong, sometimes you just have to go, sorry, it's not how it works. And there's not much more you can say. And the person's like, present your evidence. Present your evidence. Like, I don't have to, because you don't understand. Just refresh. Just refresh. Just the stream hiccuping. But, okay. Bad Vibe says, what do you call a busload of lawyers driving off a bridge? A good start. Why don't sharks eat lawyers? professional courtesy. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's cite your sources, Nikki. It's just sometimes the counter argument is just they're out of depth and there's no purpose in explaining it to them. Like, look, we get paid hundreds of dollars an hour to explain stuff to people. At some point, like an internet argument, it's just not really worth like going into and like I'm gonna drop a memorandum of law on you with 100 citations. Nah, that's okay. That's okay. Give me $8,000 and I'll write it up. Hey, what's up, Ken? Where do I find these smooth brains? They track me down. They track me down, brother. Okay, so then one more. Now notice 17 hours ago. So I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. YouTube, if you would stop the buffering thing, please, that would be great. All right. So now remember, I responded right after my show. Oh my God. I responded right after my show. They responded 4 hours later, and then I didn't answer because I didn't see the notifications. Two, I don't know that I would have responded. So then 4 hours ago, I'm walking through Target. I'm with my daughter. We're having a good time. We're going around. We're buying gifts for all of the siblings. Just little fun presents. Little like $4 presents for everybody. And oh shoot, my daughter made me something I was going to show you guys. I'll have to go get it later. So we're having a good time. We're walking around. I open up my phone and I've got a notification from YouTube. It's so weird when YouTube actually like notifies you about a comment. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's like 48 people doing coin flips, and when there's a majority of those that end up heads, it sends a notification on a comment, but occasionally it does. So, anyway, I get a notification for this one, so I do respond. So then, literally, yes, like, look at that, how they're just hung up on this thing. You literally say in the video that you aren't sure if the courts will see Thunderfoot's use as transformative enough. Of course I'm not. Of course I'm not sure. That's up to the court. The court has to make that determination. Not me. Not me on a YouTube video. I can offer insight. I can give you an opinion. I think it's transformative. But the court has to go and make that determination. And if they do, Thunderfoot wins. If they don't, Thunderfoot might lose. If it's not transformative, they've got to go to the other three factors. If it is transformative, it probably outweighs the other three factors because it's published. If it was unpublished, even if it was transformative, Thunderfoot would likely lose. Unpublished works have higher protection than published works. But this is published. So anyway. So what correction are you even talking about? I don't know. You brought up the correction. Why are you afraid to tell people where you got your degree? I'm not. I'm literally not. I've never been afraid to tell people. William Mitchell College of Law. The semester after I graduated was the last semester that it was William Mitchell College of Law. It switched to Mitchell Hamlin the next semester. Go look it up. I don't care. But here's the thing. It's the not a real lawyer thing. And we'll find that in just a second. And this happens on the internet all the time. Why does YouTube even have DMCA takedowns and algorithms to perform them? The algorithms don't perform DMCA takedowns, you walking corpse. The algorithms don't have... They do a content ID check and they notify sort of through the channel, like what what potentially infringing things there are that are out there. Why do those algorithms remove videos that only use 15-second clips? The algorithms don't. Jeez. Oh my gosh. YouTube is fucking killing me. Okay. Sorry. So here we go. The algorithms don't remove videos that only use 15-second clips. Stay in school, kid. Get a real law degree. See, there it is. There it is. In the meantime, you're too unprofessional and ignorant to practice law unchecked. You earned a review for your firm. Okay, guys, it's back. It's up. The stream is up. Jesus. Oh. Michael Tynan says, money, take it. This is so great. The stream is still running. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's still running. We just went from 1,700 live viewers to 300. 1,700 viewers to 300. Fucking thank you, YouTube. We're climbing back up. I cannot wait till Locals has streaming. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm letting people come back. This has been happening the past couple streams. Meow Day, I don't know. We'll see. This has been happening the past couple streams. It's really, really aggravating. No, Aoid, I saw it happen. YouTube acted like the stream died and it actually sent people to other streams. It's not people being weird. YouTube actually sent people elsewhere. It cut 1,000 viewers. We're back up to 1,000 views. It actually cut 1,400 people out of the stream. God. I don't know what to tell you about YouTube. I'm fucking mad. I don't think it's me, Wolvenar. I don't think it's me. All right. We'll have to hold on. Let me put out a tweet, I guess. I don't know what exactly to do. Hold on. Hold on, I'm putting out some tweets here. Let's see. All right. Okay. So I threw out a tweet. I put out a post on YouTube. Hopefully people will see it and come back. Extremely frustrating. This is the new normal. I'm going to have to start making announcements every 5 minutes. If the stream ends and I'm not done talking, just come back. It's fine. Who wants those 700 viewers anyway, right? Okay, back to this. Stay in school, kid. Get a real law degree. In the meantime, you're too unprofessional and ignorant to practice law unchecked. You've earned a review for your firm. Here you go. By the way, this person sent a Google review before this. They sent one back here. They're just making it up. They sent a 1-star review. Google removed it automatically. Like, I got the notification that they sent the review, and when I went to go look at it, it was already gone. So, that's great. Congrats. I only gave you ample opportunity to demonstrate that you're not a pause. Well, someone's paused. It isn't me, though. So here we go. Going with the not a real lawyer argument. It's not like all lawyers are registered in publicly searchable databases. Someone in the chat said, "Can't you just look up Nick on the bar website for Minnesota?" Yeah, it's the lawyer registration, Minnesota lawyer registration office. But yes, you can just look me up on there. So that's a real thing. And then turns out you're an idiot. Trust me, you're not a potential customer, and if you walked into my office, I'd laugh at you. Why am I arguing with randos in the comments? For this. For you. For you, Gerard. For you, Gerard. This is why I do this. My self-sacrifice is for you. So then, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Does that work in court? Calling the other side and the judge an idiot? Look, sometimes. Sometimes. You know, it worked really well when I told the judge that the prosecutor didn't know what the law was. It's effectively calling them an idiot. Because the substance that my client was accused of having, the illegal substance, wasn't illegal and we could buy it at the store down the road. And the judge turned to the state attorney and said, "Is this true?" And they said, "We're taking the position that it's illegal, Your Honor." Yeah, that got dismissed. That wasn't, I mean, sometimes people are idiots. What do you do? What do you do? Do you think name calling is better than presenting facts and evidence? Yes, you... Whew! Yes, you are, slur. Where did you go to school? Congrats on your 1-star review. No! Don't do it! No one's ever thought to 1-star review me before. Then you could see this made them mad. Turns out you're an idiot. Read that a few hundred times till it sinks in, kiddo. Learn how to run a business. Learn professionalism. Because at this point, I don't know what this even means. But, so then this person called me. Hey, what's up, Vito? This person called me in real life, okay? Now, I'm driving home from Target. I have my 8-year-old daughter in the car. I have my 8-year-old daughter in the car, and my phone, it automatically goes to Bluetooth. I don't recognize the number, so I switch quickly to handset, and I answer the phone. And I said, hello. Because mind you, it's 7 p.m. So I just say hello. And they said, hello. I said, hello. And I want to point out, this is a South Dakota number. This is a Sioux Falls, South Dakota number. It's not out of the realm of possibility that someone calling me from Sioux Falls would need legal representation. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. Because they might be in state for some reason. I don't know. But, so, hello. And then they're like, hello. That's all they said, hello. So I say, hi. And they said, don't you know how to identify yourself? Don't you know how to run a fucking business? You're a fucking unprofessional piece of garbage or something like that. Lots of profanity. Calling me unprofessional. Which I thought was a bit rude. And so I just sat there, and they unleashed their stream of profanity, and then they hung up, and I was like, all right, okay. So I hang up the phone and proceed to drive home, because what do you do? Like, I don't know. I've got their phone number because caller ID or whatever. Seems weird that they didn't try and, just turn off that caller ID function, but I have it. So I know if this person were to do anything further, I could, whatever, I can identify them. So that's that. So then it's like, okay, I don't think anything of it. So then I go home, and I'm sitting at home, and between this, I get home, and so I went on and I saw this. And so then here it is. So they called me, right? Bah, you don't even know how to identify yourself in your business when answering the phone. Oh yeah, you're right. I never learned that in the business answering the phone school. Or I just don't, if you're calling me, you probably know why. I don't care. You're calling my office after hours. It goes to my cell phone. I sometimes answer it. What? Hi, this is Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law. That's a weird answer if I'm not doing business. So I'm also, this person probably hasn't considered this, but I'm not really interested in taking that many law calls right now. I don't really care. I much prefer doing YouTube. It's way more fun. So I'm not all that interested in identifying my firm and myself. But okay. How old are you, kid? I'm older than you, Patrick. And where did you go to school? William Mitchell. I told you. How do you have no fucking idea what a professional law firm looks and acts like? I don't like professional law firms. Buddy, I work in shorts. I don't care. I never have. You get me. You get me. I'm not going to lie to you about what I am or who I am. You get me. Where did you learn to practice law like this? It's too bad. Good logic. Good logic. This is a great comment. He says, I have never ever identified myself first to a caller on my cell. I'm not a douche. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So then I respond, right? Professionalism is calling people after hours and whining at them in a soy voice like a pussy. Glad I'm taking notes. Don't call me again until you hit puberty, Sally. This made him a little upset because this is when I started getting the whatchamacallit, the voicemails, which I'm going to pull up now. Now I wanted to capture a phone call, but I couldn't get down to my computer to record the phone call. So I was going to capture a phone call for you guys, but no, I don't have that. I just have the voicemails. Come on, load up. Oh my God. Everything's slow today. Why is this creep trying to call you anyway? Because he is the epitome of professionalism. DSWP, I know you can record a call using any cell phone, but you have to have it set up to do so. I'm just waiting for my email to load up here so that we can do this. Come on. Oh my gosh. It's almost there. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let me turn this on. I haven't listened to these. Okay, so I don't actually know what's in them. I just have a rough idea because I have a thing that transcribes parts of a voicemail. So I have a little bit of an idea. I have a little bit of an idea what's on them. I just don't know everything. All right, so we've got, looks like we're good to go. Are we on the right audio settings here? We're in the right audio settings here. Just making sure. Yep, okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't, if it demonetizes, if I die, I die. Okay, that's pointless. I gotta do this. Download. Oh my gosh, my email is so slow today. It can't handle all this voicemail action. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Open.
I told you to cut me back when you grow up, says a little baby who didn't fucking go to a real fucking law school. Get a fucking real degree. Go to fucking school, you fucking retard.
This person is lecturing me on professionalism. Want to try? Let me play that one more time. Let me play this one more time. By the way, at the end, he dropped his voice down. He dropped his voice down like an octave to try and sound manlier than his original call. This is great.
I told you to cut me back when you grow up, says a little baby who didn't fucking go to a real fucking law school. Get a fucking real degree. Go to fucking school, you fucking retard.
So that's the first one. Let me see this other one. This other one's longer, I think, because he called back after that. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Oh, I should say, I did answer the phone after that one. And I said, I told you to call me back when you grew up. And then I hung up on him. Which wasn't great, but it wasn't recorded, so it wasn't fun. So here's the next one. I only have 2, and then I guess he realized that I wasn't going to answer. But the sad thing is I was going to answer because I went downstairs and I kicked my kid off my computer. I'm like, get off my computer. I got something important to do. I need to record this idiot. But then he didn't call back, which is too bad. Come on. Here we go. All right. Here comes the next one.
God damn, learn some fucking professionalism, you fucking retard. Learn how to act like a goddamn adult when you're representing your own fucking business, you fucking tool. Or not, you know? If you want to fucking get 1-star reviews one after another, you deserve it. You obviously lose court cases over and over and over again because you're too fucking dumb to even fucking read the law. Get some help.
Do you know how mad this guy was? Do you understand how angry this person was? One more time. One more time. I'll play it just in case you were laughing.
God damn, learn some fucking professionalism, you fucking retard. Learn how to act like a goddamn adult when you're representing your own fucking business, you fucking tool. Or not, you know? If you want to fucking get 1-star reviews one after another, you deserve it. You obviously lose court cases over and over and over again because you're too fucking dumb to even fucking read the law. Get some help.
I can't imagine being this mad. He's this mad over a YouTube comment. Oh my God. Vito's right. You can hear him. You can hear the adrenaline like working him up. It's perfect. It's perfect. Oh. Get some fucking professionalism. Fuck you fucking retard. Fuck. Get some fucking professionalism. I'm fucking professional. So, do you not hear your own voice, little kid? How old are you? Where did you go to school? Why would I give a shit about being professional? What business am I representing? I don't know. I guess I could do some research. Look at all the comments. Look at all how pissed off this guy is. It's fucking hilarious that all you had to do was say, I see where you were coming from, but these are the specific reasons this is a different / an exception. All I ever did was ask innocent questions and present innocent, highly comparable scenarios. Why you made the deliberate decision to take offense and turn into a whiny baby is beyond me. Yes, I'm the one leaving 1-star reviews and calling up and crying. Instead, you chose to be a petulant little child. You have been completely obliterated in this debate, and you absolutely deserve 1 star for your blatant ignorance and lack of professionalism. Once again, I ironically considered how appropriate or inappropriate it would be to leave such a review, and it is only seeing your obstinance that I saw how appropriate it was. Indeed, I am taking notes, kid. When people give you engagement in the comments, thank them, you idiot. You're as ignorant about running a YouTube channel as you are about running a business or being a lawyer. What school did you go to? Man, I wonder how big this guy's got to have a massive YouTube channel. He knows how to do it. Sofa Miller is right, you theist. Oh, wait, now you guys are commenting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyway. So, Patrick, if you're hearing this, girl, calm down. It's okay. I get that you don't understand it. The failing is mine. I didn't explain it well enough in a 30-minute video. But that's fine. Jesus. Woo! No, I'm not going to give you the cell number. No. No. I'm not going to do that. That would be, that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. But, oh, that was fun. It's really, really mad. I don't get it. But, that being said, I told you, people are being mean to me on the internet. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I need a support group. I'm actually, I'm really I'm obviously worked up about it. And I don't know what to do. I'm literally shaking right now. Okay. We've got some other stuff to talk about today. Got a bunch of chats. Let's do these. Intimidator 0108 says, this person is from my home state of South Dakota, Nick. Please allow me to personally apologize on behalf of all South Dakotans. Take a big swig of Badlands Distillery Badlands Caramel as penance, or taking. Lol, what an idiot. Oh, thank you. No apology necessary. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Blue Internet brings up a good question, or brings up a good point. He says, I see where you are coming from, but these are the specific reasons. Yeah, like the absolute state of the internet right now. Listen, you fucking moron motherfucker, I'm calling on his fucking personal phone fucking yelling at. Why didn't you just fucking tell me that you see where I'm fucking coming from and these are the fucking reasons, motherfucker? I don't see where you're coming from. You're incorrect on the law. It's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. I already gave you the specific reasons that Thunderfoot has probably engaged in what we would call fair use. I gave them to you in the video. It was very detailed. It was very well laid out, my position. Now, I say it was well laid out. I don't mean it was the best argument ever made. It's just my position is well laid out in 30 minutes of video, specifically. If you want more than that, go somewhere else. I don't know. If you don't like what I have to say because it hurts you, then go somewhere else and get their opinion. Oh, wait. No one's given it yet. Like Leonard French hasn't given it yet. Legal Eagle hasn't given it yet. And when Leonard French gets around to it, listen to him. I don't know. Maybe he says something different. I hope so. I'd like to learn something. It'd be great. But until then, sorry, you're stuck with me. Go pay some attorney to do it. Okay. Next. Socialism is for Fig says, I just want to give you a hat tip and send you some prayers after fighting the demons on Twitter. God bless you and much love. Thank you. No, I'm not going to call him live. I'm not doing that. I'm not calling someone at 12:30 a.m. I don't do that. Don't get down like that. Bad Vibe says, Nick, if you were a real lawyer, I wouldn't like you. You're a real person. Your occupation is a lawyer. Big difference. Thank you. Christopher Baker says, get some help. Robert Levito says, he sounds like he might cry. Nick, you need to stop. Child abuse is illegal. And Paradox Effect says, if you won't give it, here's $20 to buy the number. Like my old man used to say, $20 is $20. So you could just DM me that. I'll record the audio from his phone calls. I'll be professional, I promise. I can't do that. No. That would look like harassment. No. But if I will see about recording any future calls. Okay? I will see about recording any future calls. I'll get the app installed. Let's see. What do we got here? We do have a couple justice chats here. We've got Cerno Trollopoulos. Says, did you hear about the Illinois bill that wants to ban violent video games? Carjacking video games specifically. Grand Theft Auto, you're on the target. Sounds like the war on entertainment is going from banning sexual anime content with obscenity to new violent video games again. Any censorship, if fiction is an act of dictatorship. Any censorship of fact is also an act of dictatorship. Still, censorship is censorship and it shouldn't happen. Joseph Kerwin says, hello, you've reached Rekieta Law, your source for wills, thrills, and more. This is Nick speaking. How can we make your day delightful? Oh, no. Why? Oh. Let's see. Okay. I do have some news stories that I wanted to where are they? So I have a couple of them. I have an Olympics gymnastics coach gets dies after being charged. And I have another school board hot mic fiasco. Want to guess what was said? Hint, it's full-blown woke. So I think we should do... Oh, thank you, Angry Baneling. Let me go ahead and pin that. I should have pinned that earlier, but thank you for sending it so I could pin it without having to type it. Yeah, I do remember the disbarred lawyer Jack Thompson that had an obsession with Grand Theft Auto because we talked about it on Live Chat Wednesday. So anyway. Wait. I thought my phone was buzzing. Oh, it was. Interesting. Let's see. All right. Anyway, I do have a policy. I don't answer phone calls during a stream unless they're from Lady Rackets. That's the only person I'll answer a phone call from. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it was him or not because whoever just called me was using a blocked phone number. So I don't know if it was Patrick this time. Probably was. But okay. Anyway, so let's do this school board one because I think it might be interesting. They have a bunch of these school board, what should we call it? They have a bunch of audio from a school board meeting. I think these might be fun. I don't know. So we have another school board hot mic fiasco. Okay. So let's just listen to these. School board things. Okay, so La Mesa Spring Valley school board member compares reopening schools to slavery and very white supremacist ideology, said board VP Chandra Belfontana. Another member mentions that 70 to 80% of families and students want to return to school. Let's just start listening to these things. I don't know what these say. Here we go.
We have to give the teacher.
Oh, Jesus. Ear rape. Oh, my God. Hold on, I gotta turn that down a bit.
Teachers, we have to give the students, the parents, a date of what at least
we don't have to give anybody any date. We don't have to do anything that we don't want to do right now. That's what you don't understand. I don't know where you're getting your information or who's telling you that we have to make a decision today, but that is not how this works. We do not. I know that you're new to the school board. I'm not saying this is a slight to you, but we do not have to make a decision today.
70 to 80% of them have answered the survey. They want to come back to school. So this is what
we're the 70 to 80%, and where are they? I would like to know geographically from which school sites, which language group, and how we conducted this feedback. Where? Please give it to me before I can make a decision. I can't make one. I cannot make one. And I will not make one.
You're welcome to abstain, I believe, right?
They not even
There's
know?
no reason to be nasty with me, Miss Riley.
And we can present it for vote. And Charter, if you wish to vote no, you are more than welcome to, or you can.
I know what I'm welcome to do, you guys. I do. And I know that what we're doing is wrong.
Okay, wait a minute. I think the person recording this is the person complaining. I think that's what's going on. I think the person recording, who also, by the way, what are they doing? Are they typing on a 1901 typewriter? Sounds like The Shining is happening up in there. What the hell is happening? But I think the person recording is the one being really stupid here. So this is great.
So how are we forcing people? That seems like a very white supremacist ideology, to force people to comply with, and conform. Just letting you know. Privilege. Check it, you guys. I'm at. So I don't want to be a part of forcing anybody to do anything they don't want to do. That's what slavery is. I'm not going to be a part of it. None of you guys even know what we're talking about right now. This seems like a mess. We should not be voting on this tonight. You guys don't have all the information that you need. You guys are just saying what you're speaking from your heart, and that's fine.
I take great offense to the statement that no one on here knows what they're talking about right now. And I don't believe that to be the case at all. And
I wasn't talking about you, David. I was talking about my fellow board members, especially the new ones.
I'm not talking about me either. I'm talking about your fellow board members. I don't think that's a fair statement.
They can speak for themselves. If they have an issue with me, they can tell me, but you don't need to speak for them, David.
I can speak for them if I choose to.
I can speak for them if I choose to. Oh my God! Imagine not just saying "lol, get wrecked, scrub" to this chick. Come on, David. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Here's another one. Here's another one. He isn't wrong, but I mean, like, come on. Just, I can't, you couldn't get me on one of these school boards. I would be the worst, most toxic school board member I'd ever imagine. Like, shut up, you idiot. This isn't slavery. School is slavery. We're putting children in slavery. We're just voting on whether we're democratically putting them in slavery, just like the founders. Get shackled, whore. That would be terrible. Oh my God. Let's check this out.
We need to stay focused.
Well, if our meetings were actually recorded for the public, we would know that.
It's recorded.
Actually, they are. Rebecca announces that at the beginning.
Where are they? Where are they? They're not easily accessible.
I can pull it up. I'll show you. It says in here, it says, in accordance with Board Bylaw 9324, this
easily accessible.
I'm sure that you could ask
accessible. Does everybody have a Kathy? No, this is what we're talking about. And you guys know what I'm speaking about. So please stop trying to make me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, like I'm dumb. I would like to say that I'm offended by the smirks on you guys' faces.
I'm just confused, honestly. I don't understand why you're so upset. I don't. That's why
I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
I'm not mad.
You may not know me, but I'm not upset.
I'm not mad. I'm not upset.
Okay. So
you mad.
I'm just
you
confused.
mad.
And I know you keep throwing out the racism, but I am Hispanic. So I'm Hispanic, and I have 4 adopted children. We look like the UN. So that's why when you say you're throwing out the racism, I'm like, I don't understand that part either. So I'm just confused. That's it.
I'm not mad. You're mad. I love it. I love it. So let's see. Is this the same thing? Oh no, this is so this is the La Mesa Spring Valley School Board member. This is a different one. This is the Oakley Union Elementary School District. Thought they were meeting privately. They used profanity to insult and threaten parents upset by the district's prolonged school closures. Here's when they realized their meeting was being broadcast to the public. Let's check this one out.
Uh-oh. Laura Lanier, just FYI, you guys have the meeting. Oh, we have the meeting open to the public right now.
Nuh-uh.
That's what Laura just said.
Great.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Where's the rest of it? Oh, okay. Here's the other part. Here's the other part. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're live. Shit.
And they don't know what we do behind the scenes. And it's really unfortunate that they want to pick on us because they want their babysitters back.
Right.
Right. That's how I feel. And they don't know.
Where's the profanity you talked about? Here we go.
My brother had a delivery service for medical marijuana. The high clientele were parents with their kids in school.
That's awesome.
That wasn't.
My brother had a delivery service.
That wasn't very funny. Let's see.
I was talking to one of my buddies. He's the superintendent in Benicia, and we're talking about public comment. And they just recently switched, so their tech department set it up to where people that want to submit a public comment call in and have to leave a message, and the message will cut you off at 3 minutes. So it's like, hi, my name is Greg Hetrick. I live at 2221 Delta Road, Knights in California, and I wish to speak on blah 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 blah. And they say it, and da 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 da, and if 3 minutes comes, it just cuts them off mid sentence, and you're done. And it's like, and then that gets saved, and they send it in.
I love that. Right? Like I was just.
That's a good idea.
When I was president.
Okay, this isn't offensive to me at all.
I was talking to.
That's not offensive at all. Where's the profanity and insults? Where's the good stuff?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, that's the same one as before. Damn it. Man, I was promised profanity and insults. Aw. Let me see if there's anything else from this guy. No. See if anybody has the full. Okay. Well, whatever. Rats, I was hoping for more profanity and insults of parents. That's what I want. But if you haven't figured it out, get your kids out of public school. Oh my God. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Having my kids in public school, these creatures running the show. Synac 8 says, His cell number is 320-281-4780. Go ahead and tell him that his manhood is 1 out of 5. His wife walks out on him constantly. Rude, Synac 8. Very rude. Very rude of you to do that. Don't call that phone number. The phone number is mine. That's why I read it. It was mine. So don't do it. It's my publicly available phone number on the internet. So that was the joke. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Oh, also, I do have another thing to look at, but it might take a really long time, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. But Washington State, the state of Washington, is a judge in Washington just struck down their possession of drugs law. So right now, it's legal to possess drugs in Washington State. So that's good. All drugs, yeah. The entire law was struck down as unconstitutional. All of them. So for now, it's legal in Washington State to have drugs, apparently. Probably not legal to be under the influence of said drugs. But yeah. Okay, so further down. Oh, there's now a call for the entire school board to resign. 3,200 signatures. What else do we got? Oh, someone resigned. Here, there's more of these clips. Let's check them out before we get to that other stuff. Okay, here we go. So this chick, this blonde chick is the one who has resigned.
And they don't know what we do behind the scenes. And it's really unfortunate that they want to pick on us because they want their babysitters back.
Right.
That's how I feel. And they don't know what we do.
Are we alone?
Yeah.
Bitch, if you're gonna call me out, I'm gonna fuck you up. Sorry, that's just me. Are we alone?
Yeah.
This is your school board.
Bitch, if you're gonna call me out, I'm gonna fuck you up.
No, you're not. Look at you. You're not gonna do anything. You're going to sit there on a Zoom call and complain. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to fuck anybody up. What are you talking about? You're on a school board. God, these people. I'll fight you. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, so there was the end. That was the profanity. I mean, completely off base for a school board, of course. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not excusing the behavior, but I mean, she's obviously not, because people are going to call her out, and I guarantee you, she's not going to quote fuck anybody up. That's just not going to happen. Only Ralph fights big dumb bitches when he's in Florida. Come on. That was funny though. That was funny. By the way, no matter what you think of No matter what you think of Ethan Ralph, and I know there's a significant amount of people who don't like Ethan Ralph, and I'll never tell you otherwise. I'll never tell you to like anybody. But Jesus said, love your enemies or whatever. And so on that note, now I'm not enemies with Ethan Ralph or anything like that, but if you are, prayers to Ethan's mother. She's very, very sick in the hospital, it appears, and that's a shit place to be. So to her. You can also, like, you can hate Ethan Ralph or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But all right. We've got Dante Tepes says, just got my second shot for work. If this vaccine gives me extra autism, will I be able to play the piano now? Or will it be plain milk and crayons from here on out? Oh, buddy, you get trains and a binder full of people with pictures and names that say safe or unsafe next to them, like that kid in Mercury Rising. That's what you're getting from that vaccine shot. Godspeed. Dante Tepes. Wait, no. Blaine20 says YouTube is going all out to censor Mike Lindell's pillow website on here. They even blocked my tricks to the fake domain name. Code PRAY45 for up to 66% off. You could use the help. So yeah, if you guys want, you can go to MyPillow and enter the code PRAY45 and get some money off of a MyPillow right now. If you want to support Mike Lindell, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. I just bought some pillows, but not from him. Xanter1 says, Rackets, take some dough. Hey, thanks, buddy. I will. 2020 was a crap year. F you, YouTube. Bunch of family turmoil. And then lost a 23-year job thanks to the coof. 3 months later got a higher paying one. Yeah, buddy. So thanks for a year plus of laughs every night. Hey, thank you. I'm so glad that you're coming out in a hopefully better spot with more moolah in the bank. That's a good thing. I know those 3 months were probably a little harrowing, but I'm glad you got it worked out. Okay. So this guy got like the Epstein treatment. I don't know anything about this story, so let's check it out here.
Gymnastics coach accused of sex crimes and human trafficking just took his own life moments ago.
Oh, he did the world a favor. Oh, okay. This story, look at this. Here I am. I'm like, oh no, is this gonna be a depressing story? No, this is the best redemption arc.
He was supposed to surrender today. The 63-year-old John Gettert had ties, that is, to former sports doctor Larry Nassar.
Oh, wow. I hope it was painful, you piece of shit. I hope it was painful. Fuck you.
Who's spending decades in prison for sexually assaulting gymnasts.
One down, one to go.
Gettert was head of the coach, that is, of the 2012 U.S. women's team, which won gold. Grant Herms with our sister station in Detroit explains the allegations against him.
All right, this will be good.
Gettert had agreed to surrender himself to law enforcement earlier today. He was supposed to...
He violated that agreement. What a piece of shit.
...to be in court over video this afternoon, but never showed. And now we know why.
Now
former
we know
USC
why.
gymnast.
Can I just say, like, Gettert was supposed to surrender himself to police today. He was supposed to show up to court over video, but he never did. And now we know why. God, being a reporter is a weird thing. They talk funny.
Gymnastics coach and owner of Twistars Gym in Lansing, John Gettert, taking his own life just hours after charges were announced against him. Earlier in the afternoon, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel saying Gettert was supposed to be arraigned in Eaton County Court. Gettert never appearing by video as expected. His body was discovered at a rest stop in Grand Ledge. Just
at a rest stop? That's where you did it? That's it? At a rest stop? Was it after a meetup?
Just hours before, Gettert was charged with 20 counts of human trafficking.
Just hours before, Gettert was charged with 20 counts of human trafficking. Today in media, like, oh God, reporters, like lawyers don't have souls. Reporters actively chain theirs up and hide them in a closet.
6 of them involving a minor, each carrying
Oh
a 15 to 20-year prison sentence. He's also charged with criminal sexual conduct, both of those charges with a minor between the ages of 13 and 16, according.
Today's a good day for the planet. Today's a good day for the world. Get out. Get out. Go away. Go. There's no place for you. There's no place for you. May your guilt consume you and remove you from being a burden on the criminal justice system.
Into the charges, the incidents allegedly occurred in 2012, and the victims were coerced into affected sexual penetration and sustained personal injury. Attorney General Dana Nessel.
The victims suffer from disordered eating, including bulimia.
She sounds like Jodie Foster from Silence of the Lambs. I expect her to say Dr. Lecter any minute now. Listen to this.
And anorexia, suicide attempts and self-harm, excessive physical conditioning, repeatedly being forced to perform even when injured, extreme emotional abuse, and physical abuse, including sexual assault.
Gettert was also charged with 1 count of racketeering and 1 count of lying to a police officer who was investigating claims against disgraced former Michigan State and USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar.
Oh, Larry, follow your colleague's lead.
The Attorney General adamant Gettert was his own case that will not have an impact on their ongoing investigation into Nassar's time at Michigan State.
In a statement just a short time ago, Attorney General Dana Nessel releasing a statement, reading in part, "My office has been notified that the body of John Gettert was found late this afternoon after taking his own life. This is a tragic end to a tragic story for everyone involved."
It's not that. We define tragedy differently. There should be balloons and confetti.
Oh, there are still a lot of unknowns in this truly shocking story, a lot of puzzle pieces we still have to put together. But the main thing here is many of those survivors who are planning on giving their testimony and telling their stories in court will likely never get that chance.
What about in Larry Nassar's court? By the way, I could never be a reporter because I don't wear scarves because I have a beard. That's how we just fix that. So anyway, I feel like John Krasinski, right? Like, some good news today. A pedophile offed himself and the world cheered. Yay! Oh. Too bad he sold that. Otherwise, I would send this story to Some Good News with John Krasinski. Press S to spit on pedos. Okay, so there's that one. What time is it? It's 12:56. We can do a little bit of this. Okay, so we've got this. By the way, I wanna plug something while I'm sitting here, guys. And unlike the guy who just commits suicide, what I want to plug is not an underage gymnast. Jesus. Gross. These people. I want to plug a video for someone else. Viva Fry put out a video today. There's an update in the lawsuit from the guy who had Hunter Biden's laptop. Hunter Biden's laptop. He posted the contents of he gave it to the New York Post, and then Twitter said that they were hacking, right? Twitter said that they were hacking. And so that guy has actually filed a defamation lawsuit against Twitter. Okay? Follow along. That guy filed a defamation lawsuit against Twitter. Now, Twitter hasn't even been served yet, I don't think. Or if they've been served, they haven't responded. And the judge in that case, sua sponte, which means on the motion of the court, not on a motion of the other party, on a motion of the court, not on Twitter, ordered the plaintiff to show cause as to why this wasn't barred by Section 230. Now, you should go watch Viva's video on it because it's very good. Viva's great. Viva's great. And his video on it's very good and very thorough, and he goes through the opinion. But I just want to point out that he points out the obvious reason is because Section 230 does not protect a platform from their own statements. And he's suing Twitter for their statements. He's not suing Twitter for other people's statements. But the reason I bring this up is people like Patrick, right? And other people. What, you're going to tell a judge that they're wrong on the law if they misunderstand the law? Yeah. Yes. Yes. We're going to tell a judge that they misunderstand the law, especially when the judge misunderstands the law. The judge clearly hasn't even read 230. It doesn't apply to a party making their own statements. Not at all. Not even close. And the judge did it on their own motion. Twitter probably wouldn't even file that motion. Because Twitter's attorneys would probably be embarrassed to try and raise a 230 claim on their own statements. They're going to try and get it dismissed for other reasons. But they're not going to pull a 230 defense out because their judges aren't stupid. Or their lawyers aren't stupid. But this judge was flat out wrong on the law. Absolutely incorrect. And judges don't always get it right. It's important to remember that. They're just people. They're just lawyers, right? If a lawyer can get it wrong, a judge can get it wrong. Here's the thing. The judge, to give the judges some deference, by the way, to give the judge some deference, judges handle hundreds of cases, like a month, probably hundreds of cases a week that they have to go through, and they cover all aspects of law. I mean, one's like a contract dispute, the next one's a murder trial, the next one is an internet defamation suit. Like, they have to cover huge swaths of law, and they have hundreds of these things. They don't have time to read up. They rely on the lawyers' briefs generally to go ahead and inform their arguments. That's why lawyers make briefs. If judges knew all of the law, you wouldn't really need a lawyer in the first place, because the judge would just go, this is what the law is, and these are how the facts work. But it's actually up to a lawyer to inform a judge what the law is, and it's up to the other lawyer to inform a judge what the law is for their side. And they make these competing arguments, and the judge picks the one that they think is best supported by authority and that they agree with, and then they go with it. When judges act on their own, they're acting out just like anybody else. They're not special. Judges aren't special people. And a friend of mine who's a lawyer would suggest that judges just weren't very good lawyers. Yeah, good logic. I'm not saying that this particular judge deserves a lot of deference. I'm not saying this particular judge. I'm saying judges in general. We don't expect them to know every single aspect of every single law. What we expect them to do normally, is to read briefs from lawyers, look into the citations, use their clerks as resources, and to make an informed and educated decision. But that just like a lawyer, they're not going to know everything off the top of their head. This judge definitely went too far doing sua sponte motion or sua sponte order to show cause. This is pretty egregious. I'm just saying in general. Just saying in general. Don't yell at me too much. But anyway, he's Viva covers it very, very well. It's great. Make sure you go and check that out. Shouldn't she know if 2:30 if she demands a response or defense? Yes, she should. She shouldn't have done the sua sponte. She shouldn't have done that. The order to show cause. She shouldn't have. She should have let Twitter raise it on motion if they're going to raise it on motion. As I said, this is pretty egregious. But yeah. It's my point in this is just to point out that judges don't always know the law. In fact, it's pretty often that judges don't. And that's part of the system that we're in. Good Logic was about to call me and tell me I was effing unprofessional. No, not that. Please don't. Adeptus Astartes. Oh, God. Watch parties of John Grisham movies. The problem is, Adeptus. The problem is we would watch Rainmaker with Matt Damon or whatever and Danny DeVito. And we'd get to that scene where the woman describes that her boyfriend beat her with a softball bat, baseball bat, metal softball bat. And then we'd get to the scene where Matt Damon goes to visit the guy at the softball diamond or the woman or whatever. And all you hear in the background is what-tink of the bat hitting softballs. And I would laugh and then I'd be canceled. I'd be canceled for laughing at that because it's not appropriate to laugh there. Magoose, I saw your chat. I won't forget it. I typically read chats under $20 at the end of the stream. But I'll read yours now because it's funny. It says, I haven't laughed that hard in a while. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. The buildup was excellent. Confused about kid. He knows what you look like. Not a kid. Well, thank you. But, who knows? I sometimes look a little younger than 39. Bad Vibe says, for real, Justice Gettert should have Minecrafted on the Zoom call with the court. Oh. Okay. Oh, for real justice. Sorry, for real justice, Gettert should have Minecrafted on the Zoom call with the court. Oh, no. That would have been terrible. What did the mini raclette make for me? I have to go upstairs to grab it. Will you guys give me 1 second? And then we'll take a look at this. I might save the Washington thing. Instead, I've got a different story to make you mad. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the dead air. Oh my gosh. So my daughter made me a present. I'll show you. First she made a little card here. Okay. And on the other side, it says, best YouTuber ever. I love my dad. So that was sweet. That was sweet. And then this is what she ended up making. This is what she ended up making. My kids do this these bead things that you iron, and they make like pixel art with beads. So she made me a Rekieta Law Among Us imposter. Hold on, I'll move my face so you can see. It's got a gun. So yeah, that was great. That was great. So she asked if I would show it on stream, so I did. I did. But okay, let's see. Cringe Lord says harebrained question, because the internet is essentially a series of servers spanning from A to B. Could a litigant in Michigan sue a defendant in Alabama under Kentucky law because the communication passed through Frankfurt? Probably no. Probably no. What they would have to do is they'd have to sue where the court has jurisdiction over the defendant. And a litigant in Michigan to a defendant in Alabama, Kentucky probably doesn't have jurisdiction over that defendant. So while the communication passes through, you don't need that. Although, interestingly, because the internet is essentially a series of servers spanning from A to B, the interesting thing about the internet is a communication, even which would traditionally be in state, is actually communication through the internet is typically considered to be an interstate communication. Because usually, even though you're communicating with someone in your own state, the messages actually leave your state and come back into it. So it oftentimes counts as interstate communication and can be brought in federal court. So to answer your question, hopefully that helps. But no, the question of where you file suit almost always ends up with where is their jurisdiction. That's the trick there. And sometimes you get that wrong in a way that really harms you, like Romeo Lacoste suing Keemstar in California like a dummy, rather than in whatever state Keemstar actually lives in. Jackie Randazzo says, aw, she appreciates the grift. Heart, heart. Yes, she does. She does. Okay. Let's see this one. Yeah, I'll probably hold off on the Washington one for now. Let's do this. This should make everybody good and angry. This is what you come here for. You come here to get mad, like Patrick. This is from the Twitter account Amuse. I don't know what Amuse is. But they're really popular right now. And I don't know. I'm not entirely sure on a general level how much to trust the stuff Amuse tweets out when it's not sourced. Because sometimes Amuse just tweets out breaking and then has a bunch of like tweets, but no source article or anything like that. And those things sometimes are a little sus to me, but this one is sourced. This one is obviously sourced. So I just wanted to point out that's my impression of Amuse. I'm looking at the account lately. It's popping up all the time. But at the same time, I'm personally skeptical of some of the reporting. And I think that's healthy. I think people should be skeptical if we don't have some sort of background source for this. This one has a source. This one's actually New York Post. So, breaking. Maryland Teachers Union member caught on Zoom masturbating with 8th grade children. The story gets worse. While the teacher cannot be fired due to union rules, he's been put on temporary administrative leave. This guy is supposed to be 21, by the way. To quote Will Smith in Bad Boys 2, N-word, you look 30. You look 30. So here we go. Let's pull this up. Oh, we got to watch the Fox 5 News report, I think. We've got to do that, right? Is there some volume? Where's the Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry, this is my bad. I have this website muted for other purposes.
Montgomery.
Here we go. What is happening with this?
First, our big local story, an educator admitting to Fox 5 he engaged in a sexual act while still logged onto a virtual class session.
And students saw it. Montgomery County school officials say this happened on Monday with an 8th grade class.
And we should warn you, the details you're about to hear are graphic. Stephanie Ramirez at Shady Grove Middle School tonight.
Shady Grove. And we should warn you, the details you're about to hear are graphic. Stephanie Mills at Shady Grove Middle School to talk about some shady masturbation.
She has the story. Stephanie.
She has the story.
Hey guys, this was a virtual 8th grade class. I talked to the man who says he was the staffer involved. He told me he thought he had logged off of this virtual session. He also claims today.
Look, I'm just out here trying to get down, do my thing. I didn't know the camera was still on. I'd log that shit up. I'm just trying to do my thing. That's what I'm trying to do.
That he did not know it was recorded and posted to social media until this morning when a reporter.
You think when he got done with the interview with Stephanie Mills, he went for another session?
Called asking questions about it. And this is even after the school principal sent a letter out to the community yesterday informing them and warning them of the social media post, especially. Mark Shack, he is the man we're talking about here. He gave Fox 5 an on-camera interview today admitting that it was him in the sexual act and that this was him, the one placed on administrative leave Monday. The recording show.
There it is. There it is. There's the scene. He's pounding one out in the background. At least he had the decency to turn around.
Shows the virtual session identify Mark Shack as the host. It then shows a man get up, turn to the side, and start fondling himself. We're only showing screen grabs because of how graphic the video is. Shack told us today he works as a teacher's aide and that this was a virtual class involving 2 or 3 students. He says he's been at Shady Grove for about 3 years. He's listed as a special ed paraeducator on the school's website. The principal of the school sent a note to the families yesterday informing them of this incident. A school spokesperson also warned students could face disciplinary action if caught posting or sharing the video. Mark Shack was very shaken up when we talked with him.
Wait a minute. Why are the students going to be punished if they share or post the video? That's the funniest thing that's happened to them all year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's a special ed assistant. It's even worse. What's up, Webbed Shadow?
Him saying he thought he had logged off and that he was doing this in the privacy of his own home.
Look, I thought I logged off. I was just in the privacy of my own home. What do you want me to do? They call me Mark Shack for a reason. Bad Vibe says Tubin teacher.
I don't know what to say. It was not directed towards the kids. I had no clue.
This guy is... I swear it says he's 21. If this man is under 45, I'm dead. Like, if this man is under 45, I'm killed. We're gonna check the story. It doesn't say he's 21. It says he worked 21 years. Okay, did I get this wrong? Oh, the 21-year employee. Okay, I misread that. I thought it said 21-year-old employee. Okay. Whew. We're gonna get to the rest of his story in a minute. Sorry. My bad. This is on me. I read 21-year-old when I read the story earlier.
That I was online. I'm not like a deviant.
Let's pause this for a minute. Look. I'm not opposed to some self-care. I'm not opposed. I'm not going to judge or begrudge anybody at all some self-care. I just want to say that. But when you say, I'm not a deviant, when you thought you hung up on the 8th graders, and quick enough for them not to have hung up, you get up and start masturbating, you're a deviant. You are a deviant. You're well outside the bounds of decency. Even if his story is true, this man is a deviant and a degenerate. Like, look at this. Look at this. Wait an hour. Go find some source material that isn't, I just looked at children, and then tell me you're not a deviant. Go more than 4 feet from the camera. Like, unless you're that guy, what movie was that? Was it 7? I think it was 7, where the guy had like the mask, and inside the mask and all of the walls of his apartment was just porn pictures. Like, unless you're that guy, you need to go find some other material before you get up and start strubbing the rub or whatever.
Do something to jeopardize my career. Like, I mean, that's silly. I've been, for 20 plus years. I never did anything like, it was just dumb luck that I happened to be on.
Oh, it wasn't dumb luck. That wasn't dumb luck at all. That was God punishing you.
It happened. I'm sorry if I offended or did anything. I didn't do it intentionally.
And Jack used the word shell-shocked, acknowledging that something like this could ruin his career. He also admitted to watching a pornographic video, saying that none of this was directed at any of the children on there. And
oh, wait, he admitted to watching a pornographic video? When? When did he have porn pulled up? While he's talking to kids? When did he have it done? When did all this happen?
USPS would not confirm his identity, but we do know that police are investigating this. He's not being charged of anything at the moment, but we do also know that the state's attorney's office, that they work very closely with local police on investigations of alleged crimes that involve children, especially. Guys, back to you.
Can you imagine the next story after that? Thank you, Stephanie. Now, big news in baking. Like, what? Where do you go? Where do you go after that? Yeah, Jay Graham, I don't know how long it is. Let's check out the story. A teacher's aide in Maryland masturbated during a Zoom call with 8th graders, but insists he thought the online lesson had ended. Mark Shack, an assistant for special ed students at Shady Grove Middle School in Gaithersburg. I would not send my kids to Shady Grove Middle School. Told the Bethesda magazine Wednesday he was unaware his self-love session had been captured on the virtual call until being interviewed. I thought I was logged out when class was over, Shaq told the bi-monthly mag. I had no clue that Zoom was still on. Why would I do that? That's my job. I got no clue that Zoom was on. I mean, that's just crazy behavior. It's crazy town. Who would do this? A 13-second clip later posted on social media shows Shaq gaze at his screen before standing up, taking a few steps away, and beginning to pleasure himself, according to the report. Shaq's name appeared on the screen as the host of the Zoom call. Seconds later, another name appeared, replacing him as the moderator. The 21-year employee from Montgomery County Public Schools, who also runs Pirate Magic, a business that throws pirate parties for youngsters, while he portrays a character named Captain Sillybones. Said he has since been placed on administrative leave. I have a feeling Captain Sillybones' business might be taking a hit. Well, I'm just a wacky pirate. Oh, no. Oh, no. But he insisted his actions were just a mistake. I'm only human, he continued. It was my bad. This guy is the most chill response I've ever seen to this. It was just an accident. I didn't try to hurt anybody. This is ridiculous. It's crazy town. Yeah, I know. It's really weird that my Zoom call is still on. I mean, whew, what do? Man, just some dumb luck, I guess. District officials called Shaq Monday to say he was being put on leave, adding that they had misplaced his background check file, he said. Maybe they were looking to see if I had any criminal misbehavior or anything like that, Shaq told Bethesda Magazine. Look, we lost your background check file. I don't know what happened. But district officials didn't reference the troubling video portion to him Monday, Shaq said, claiming he was unaware of the footage until Wednesday. I'm not a pervert or anything like that, you know. You gotta believe me on that. I thought it was in the privacy of my own home. I had no clue. District spokeswoman confirmed to the Post Thursday that a staffer had been put on leave as an investigation is ongoing into inappropriate behavior that was sexual in nature earlier this week. Per our procedures, we do not release the names of staff members that are under investigation, spokeswoman. What is that? Gaboind Onjala said in a statement. Local authorities were informed and we are investigating as well. Spokesman for Montgomery County Police confirmed the probe but declined further comment Wednesday since no charges have been filed according to the report. Messages seeking comment from Shaq were not returned early Thursday. Filed under Maryland masturbation. Middle schools, public schools, students. How many masturbation stories are there? Oh my God. Oh no. There's a whole bunch. Man filmed masturbating hours after allegedly raping killing student. Subway perved arrested for masturbating on train. And it's not his first time. More details emerge of Jeffrey Toobin. Down the Toobin. Puerto Rico scraps safe sex campaign urging people to masturbate during the pandemic. Toobin's handiwork has men begging cam girls for kinky work Zoom fantasies. Wait, what, guys? No, stop. You've got to stop. You need to stop. Give me that board meeting experience. Be my CEO, girl, you slut. What a jerk. Accused Zoom masturbator Toobin has a naughty sex history. Toobin his own horn. Banker claims she was fired after she caught her boss masturbating. Look at this guy. Woo. That guy looks like Rush Limbaugh ate Newt Gingrich. Oh. Wow. See more stories. How many masturbation stories does the New York Post have? 667MD says he had a chub and was looking at magazines instead of paying attention to the students. Zoom ends and he rubs it out. Easy defense. Easy defense. Do it. See more stories. Video of MLB player's masturbation arrest. What an idiot. Sex addict claims female gamers caused him to mangle his joystick. Oh, come on. You know, this is like, you know what happens, right? You're the headline writer for the New York Post. Your job every day is to try and make people interested in news that isn't interesting. That's your entire day. We read this lawsuit, by the way. This lawsuit was great. This guy's hilarious. But every day you have to write these soulless headlines. And then one day a news story lands on your desk and you're like, I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Just like my country, I'm young. That's what happens. You're like, this is it. My time has come. Masturbating on the clock. You're definitely not alone, survey finds. Procrastination reached its peak during the afternoon hours. IKEA tightening security after woman openly masturbates in store. Oh, we finally got it. We finally got a chick story. Woman arrested after having virtual sex with incarcerated boyfriend. Wait a minute. A Florida woman was arrested for allegedly having virtual sex with her incarcerated boyfriend during a video call with a young child in her room, a report said. Oh, that story got worse really quick. Really quick. Lockdown sex with household items doesn't have to be dangerous, doctors say. Doctors beg men not to masturbate with banana peels. Sexual peeling. Sexual peeling. Man busted for masturbating on a woman in toy aisle of Walmart. A Florida man was arrested. It's always a Florida man. Every single time. It's gotta be. For masturbating onto a woman who was shopping with her 12-year-old son in Walmart. Wait. What? How? Who's this fast? Who can do this? Who can honestly do this? Like, I'm chambered and ready to go. Run up. Yeah! Like, how do you... Porn site debuts vibrating bike seat for Peloton riders. Yeah. Get on and get off. Soul Cycle's about to get a lot more exciting thanks to O-Seat, a titillating new seat cover from porn company Cam Soda. This is the best section of the New York Post ever. Buzzkill, docs warn women not to masturbate with an electronic toothbrush. Oh, God, no. No. Don't do that. Serial subway perv gets 10 years for assaulting female rider. Doorman who masturbated on DJ's sofa gets a slap on the wrist. Okay. He sneaked into her apartment. Gross. Florida school secretary arrested for sending graphic sex video to student. Put her in prison forever. Serial public masturbator hid naked in kid's closet. Cops. Oh, gross. Gross. Pleasuring himself with a toilet brush? Well, I mean, there's two ways that can go, and I can't figure out which one is less pleasant. I can't figure out which one of those is worse. because there's an internal and an external way, and both of them sound hideous. Bad Vibe says, Nick, I can think of some potential individuals that likely have hair triggers. Ron Sawyer and Ray Gordon. Accused Bronx subway pervert turns himself into cops. Cops looking for yet another subway pervert. Oh, only 6 days. They figured this one out pretty quick. Woman could face harsher penalty than train perv for recording him. Oh, no. Uber Eats driver caught masturbating just after delivery. Mundane Matt, no! Matt! Now wait a minute, Matt, no! Workplace masturbator loses arbitration case after claiming sex addiction. Man arrested for touching himself in front of young girls. Cops think there are more victims. Oh, good. Well, again, throw that guy in a vat of acid. Where am I only want the funny story. That's what I want. I only want the funny ones. I don't want the serious ones. Those are terrible. Okay. Anyway. Let me pull up a couple things real quick. Oh, these are quick hits. You guys heard about Hasbro and Mr. Potato Head, right? You guys heard about Hasbro and Mr. Potato Head. They did the absolute fastest 180 ever. Check this out. Hasbro says, hold that taut. Your main spud, Mr. Potato Head, isn't going anywhere. While it was announced today that the Potato Head brand name and logo are dropping the Mr., I am proud to confirm that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head aren't going anywhere and will remain Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Oh, sure. Sure, that's what happened. They rolled that back so fast. They were getting destroyed, by the way. And you know what happened? They needed enough time for a graphic artist to get this box art ready. So what they had done early in the day, they announced that there would no longer be a Mr. Potato Head, that it would just be Potato Head. And that Potato Head was so that kids could make families that reflected their own, like 2 dads or 2 moms or whatever it would be. Or like Ron Toye Jr.'s kid, it would be one dad, 1 stepmom, and her bull, or whatever. That's a spicy joke that I just avoided. That was good. But of course, that wasn't necessary to do because you could already just buy 2 Misters or 2 Mrs. Potato Heads. That'd be fine. You didn't have to do anything different to do this. But so they announced it. People blasted them. They absolutely blasted them. And then, several hours later, they come out with an announcement that, oh, no. Look, what we said earlier, that was, you misunderstood what we said. No. We're not, no, we're going to still have a Mr. and a Mrs. It's still going to be a Mr. and a Mrs. So then, of course, Sleeping Giants says, you don't have to do this. I responded to that with an eat shit. Sleeping Giants is a Twitter account that pressures companies into supporting ridiculous things. That's what they do. That's what they do. So there's that story. That was just a quick hit story. I wanted to make sure and get to real quick. It was very, very popular today. I almost did a video on it, and then I decided not to because I figured I'd just talk about it on live stream. This is a topic that we're probably going to cover tomorrow. Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was pardoned by Trump, and the federal prosecutors are opposing the dismissal of his indictment, which is a weird thing. Because a pardon before you're convicted means you're not guilty. Like, a pardon relieves you from punishment post-conviction. A pardon relieves you from the charge pre-conviction. Because you have to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt to be convicted, then when a pardon relieves you of the punishment. But a pardon pre-conviction means that you're not convicted. So you were not guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. We never resolved that question. So you're completely exonerated. But the prosecutors don't want to do that because madrumph, right? Like, that's why. So I'll probably be doing a video on this tomorrow. I have to go in and grab citations on the pardon power and on why I think they're wrong. But that's a really interesting case that's going on right now. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we got to have this one. U.S. launches airstrike against Iranian-backed forces in Syria. Let me do this real quick. When Trump launched missiles at Syria, fairly early in his presidency, I was very critical of Trump. Very, very critical of Trump. I said, please don't bomb and missile other countries. Like, please just don't do that. Obama did enough bombing. Did enough bombing. I don't want bombings. I don't want missile strikes. I don't want war. Now, the good thing is, when Trump did the Syrian missile strike, that was it. After that, it was basically done. However, I want to point out, I was critical of Trump when he did that because I didn't like it. I didn't like it. To Trump's credit, everything de-escalated after that. It is only fair that I am exactly as critical of Biden. I don't think that this is a good thing. I don't want to send soldiers to the Middle East. I don't want to send Americans to die. I don't give a shit about U.S. offense contractors. We can still pay out the ass for defense contractors. That's fine when they're defensive. But I don't care to fund them offensively. I don't want more people going off to die in some foreign country for some foreign bullshit. Syria and Iran right now are not a threat to American freedom. If they become a threat, that's different. Glass the fucking desert. I don't care. But when they become a threat to us, glass the desert. Other than that, let them handle their own bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of sending our kids to die. I'm tired of that. So, that's my position on this. I had the same position with Trump. Now, maybe Biden doesn't bomb anybody else during his entire presidency. Maybe that happens. I doubt it. But I'm pointing out that I'm consistent on this. I didn't like it when Trump did it either. The media, on the other hand, their spin. Yeah, someone says, OpDog says, media spin was laughable. Oh, yeah. The media completely forgiving Biden. But when Trump did it, they were all over him. I'm all over both of them. I say it's bullshit on both of them. So let's see. Okay. Here is the last story we're covering. Raffle time to go to Washington, boys. Developing. This is from Brandy Cruz. I don't know who this is. Planting seeds of common sense on the divide. Sundays at 7:30 a.m. on Q13 Fox. Minnesota-born U.S. Grant fan. Minnesota-born. Brandy, what up? Let's talk. Let's have an interview. I'm not Minnesota-born, but I'm Minnesota-stuck. Does that count? Need more whiskey. We're getting a little sauced and tossed tonight. Calico Friedman, did I chug my 1K likes drink yet? I mean, I've drank more than one shot, but here, let's do another one. Silver Coins Go Clink Clink says there's a woman in Spain who glued her vagina shut to try and frame her ex-boyfriend. Thought you might want to know. What did she use? Gorilla Glue though? I only heard that the Gorilla Glue was the way to do this stuff. Okay, let's check this out. A ruling from the Washington Supreme Court today finds that the state's felony drug possession law, as written, is unconstitutional. I would go through the ruling, but it's 63 pages, and it's already late, so I don't think we're going to do that. But let's check out her reporting on it. And like I said, I think this may end up being a video or part of a live stream when I have a chance to go through the whole thing. I have the document downloaded. It's where is that thing? Do I have it pulled up? Oh yeah. Here it is. So here it is. I have it downloaded, but like I said, it's 63 pages. That's a bit much. Whoops. Wrong one. VW, I don't have a Midwest accent because I was born in Texas. And though I lost much of my Southern drawl, I also didn't pick up the affectations of Minnesota. I didn't do that, you know. They're trying to cancel Henry Cavill because he dated Gina 10 years ago. I guess. Is that Star Wars girl literally murdering all of them right now? Okay, here we go. The court says the statute serves to criminalize innocent and passive possession, even by a defendant who does not know and has no reason to know that drugs lay hidden within something that they possess. This is a great... If they don't say what happened, I'll tell you in a minute. In other words, the court believes that simply finding drugs on someone's person or in their car, for example, is not enough to prove they had intent to possess those drugs. This is mens rea, the criminal mind, the mind of intentionality that is required for most criminal acts. Strict liability criminal law is a problem. Like, let's be real about this. Outside of very, very few circumstances, we want people to intend to commit a criminal act to punish them for it. And I'll give you an example involving a controversial subject that is strict liability. Cheese pizza. Let's say you have cheese pizza on your computer hard drive, right? That is a strict liability crime. If the cops somehow find out that you have cheese pizza on your computer hard drive, you're done. Game over. There's not a defense of, I didn't know it was there. That's a strict liability criminal act. You don't get that. Your affirmative defense to that is that you deleted it immediately or you turned it over to authorities immediately. That's your affirmative defense. By the way, if you happen to have cheese pizza on a hard drive that you bought on eBay or something, don't ever tell anybody and don't turn it to the cops. Destroy it. Destroy the hard drive with a grenade, with high explosive, nuke it from orbit, run a magnet over it, and then drop it into a volcano, do whatever. Like, if you're buying a hard drive from eBay, first of all, get your head checked. But second of all, if that happens to happen to you, you buy a used computer or whatever, burn it. The whole thing. The whole thing. There's no amount of excuse that you can give. Count it up as a loss, a learning experience. Next time, go to Fry's or whatever and buy a new damn laptop instead of buying one on eBay. What the hell are you doing? Listen, I know it's a couple $100 more, but is a couple $100 worth literally your life in prison? Yes. Yes. Old electronics belong in the fucking grave. Get rid of them forever. Yeah, I know Fry's is closing for good. I just didn't want to say Best Buy. Okay, Micro Center. There. Don't buy used storage. Ever, 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 ever. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're putting yourself at too much risk. It's not worth the couple $100 of savings. It's just not. It's just not. So don't do it. But if that happened to you, right? Like, hypothetically, you go on Craigslist, someone's like, hey, I got an old computer I'm getting rid of. You're like, oh, cool. You get this old computer. You find out you've got a bunch of stuff on it. You're guilty. Like, you are guilty of a felony at this point in time. I hope you understand that. Like, this is how serious it is. That's not really fair. Right? Because you didn't do it. Like, you didn't go looking for it. You're not trying to do it. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm putting in this Google search. No, no, no. So now you're fighting for your life because of strict liability. That's not the way it should be. But that's the way it is. That's why I say, don't get used storage. Ever, 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 ever. Never get used storage. Don't do it. If you get a used computer, rip out the hard drive, launch it into the fucking sun if you have to, get rid of it, and just, you can keep all the other components. Get rid of used storage. Please. It's the best legal advice I can give you on the subject. Please, please, please. Get rid of any used storage. In fact, take the hard drive, just rip the hard drive out while they're standing there giving you the computer. Be like, hold on a second, bro. Take your little screwdriver out. Pull the hard drive out, throw it in their car and say, can't get me with CP, motherfucker, and drive off. Whatever you need to do, get rid of it. Get rid of it. That being said, because it's a crime, and it's an unfair crime, it's not a fair thing because you didn't try to get it. That's the problem. And so that's what was happening in Washington. People are having, they're having some drugs in their possession that they didn't know or want in their possession, and they're being charged with it. Now, let's be honest. Do these people know they have drugs in their possession? Yeah, probably. I don't buy the story. The story in this case is that it's a chick and she's got meth in her pockets. And she says, shit, I didn't know I had meth in my pockets. These are someone else's pants. There's someone else's pants. It's not my meth. That's their meth. Someone else's pants. Now, that story is bullshit. That story is bullshit. Of course she knows she's got meth in the pants. Like, it's a baggie of meth sitting in your pocket. Like, you don't realize there's something in your pocket. Oh, but it's the state's job to prove you wanted the meth in your pocket. And they didn't. That's not the woman's fault. That's the cops and the prosecutor's fault for not establishing her criminal intent. Okay? I thought it was flour. Gendo 3S2K is actually not a defense. It's not actually a defense. Being factually wrong about the substance isn't a defense if you intend to possess the substance. Like if you intended to possess flour, but the flour is actually cocaine, but you're like, oh, I thought it was flour. That's not a defense. Did you intend to possess the substance that's in your possession? If yes, you're guilty. That's how those things go. So, I want to point out, legally speaking, this person didn't know because the state never proved that they knew that they had meth in their pocket. Practically speaking, of course they did. This is how criminal law works, though. It's the state's burden to prove intent. Like, if the state doesn't prove that you intended to put your gun in someone's mouth and pull the trigger, that's on them for not proving the intent to do so. That's not on you. You don't have to defend that if they don't prove it. Same thing here. If they couldn't prove out that she intended to possess, too bad. And the reason that it's too bad is because Washington State had a strict liability approach to drug possession, and the court says that's onerous. And it is, because if you're driving a car and you are transporting a passenger, and as they're getting out of the car, they drop a baggie full of cocaine between the seats, and they don't know, and you don't know, you didn't know they had it, and you get pulled over, and for some reason the cops search your car because you consented or whatever, like a dummy, and they find that baggie of cocaine and it's legit not yours, you're not guilty of a crime. You shouldn't be guilty of a crime. There are legitimate reasons why people would not know that they have drugs in their possession. Possession doesn't mean on your person. Possession means within a reasonable immediate control. So in your car, in your glove box, let's say you buy a used car from someone. You go on Craigslist and buy a used car, and literally in some compartment that you didn't know existed, there's a bunch of crack or meth or something, right? Like behind the ashtray, shoved back there. A drug dog finds it, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't know this existed. You're guilty under strict liability, but you shouldn't be. There are real reasons that this can happen to people. I don't think it was true in this case, because meth in your pocket is a little bit much for me. But in general, strict liability is a bogus criminal theory for most things. Most of the time, you can prove the intent pretty fucking easy. Especially, we talked earlier about cheese pizza. You can prove the intent on cheese pizza really simply. Requisition their search history. Go ahead, look at their search history, look at their emails. Where did they get it? You'll find it quick. There's a Facebook chat somewhere where someone was doing mega links or something. Like, there is some chain of custody to get there that says, I'm looking for this thing. Their Google searches are like young boys or whatever. Oh, okay, get in the gas chamber. That's fine. Most of the time, the state can prove it if they're forced to. This is not a bad change. But because of this, and now we're getting back to this. Because of this, there is no unlawful possession of drugs in Washington State right now. Okay. In other words, the court believes that simply finding drugs on someone's person or in their car, for example, is not enough to prove they had intent to possess those drugs. The ruling finds that RCW 69.50.4013, Section 1, violates the Due Process Clause of the state and federal constitution and is void. But without that section, there is basically no state law on drug possession. The ruling stems from Spokane, where a woman was found with a small amount of meth in the pocket of her jeans. She claims the jeans were given to her secondhand and she didn't know the drugs were there. She was convicted, but today's ruling vacates that conviction. This is so funny. Let's take a look at this. So it says, Section 1 violates the Due Process Clause. Section 1. Okay. It is unlawful for any person to possess a controlled substance unless the substance was obtained directly from or pursuant to a valid prescription or order of a practitioner while acting in the course of his or her professional practice or except as otherwise authorized by this chapter. So, Any person who violates this section is a Class C felony. Possession by a person 21 years of age or older of usable marijuana in amounts that do not exceed those set forth is not a violation. Doesn't matter. Possession of marijuana is Section 4. Delivery by a person 21 years of age or older to one or more persons 21 years of age or older during a single 24-hour period for non-commercial purposes and not conditioned upon. So marijuana delivery is okay, but it doesn't matter because it's just saying it's not a violation of the section. No person under 21 years of age may possess, manufacture, sell, or distribute marijuana, marijuana-infused products, or marijuana concentrates, regardless of the THC concentration. This does not include qualifying patients with a valid authorization. Okay, so this still exists. Nobody under 21 may possess, manufacture, sell, or distribute marijuana. So if you're under 21, this law is still in effect. Possession by a qualifying patient or designated provider of marijuana concentrates is not a violation of the section. So this is the only thing that still exists. If you're under 21, you cannot possess, manufacture, sell, or distribute marijuana, marijuana-infused products, or marijuana concentrates. The best part of this is if you're under 21, it seems like you can distribute heroin, just not dude weed. Oh, it's fantastic. These are the funny days of law. Now, the Washington State Legislature is going to be scrambling to get this fixed and patched up. Scrambling to get it fixed and patched up. But for now, there is no possession law. That's phenomenal. Yeah, if you're over 21, all the weed in the world, it's fine. So that's that. All right, guys, let's do super chats, and we'll wrap up the show. By the way, thanks for sticking with me through YouTube fuckery. I really don't like what's going on with live streams lately. I told my YouTube partner manager about it, and they blamed me for it. They said it was my fault, and I was like, nah. So I'm gonna follow back. Am I doing Twitch tonight? God, I don't know. I'm so tired. I am so tired. Let's see. I do want to cover CPAC, not CPAP. CPAC, which is this weekend. Short movie would be nice. I'll do some Twitch. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I will do some Twitch. Okay? So we'll do something on Twitch. I'm just not sure what. I think it's gaming day. Mondays and Wednesdays are movie days, and it's Thursday. So we'll do something, just probably not forever. We'll figure it out. Okay. On to the super chats. But yes, I do plan on covering CPAC in some capacity. Does it start tomorrow or does it start Saturday? The main thing I definitely want to watch is Trump's speech. Got to watch Trump's speech and see what's going on. By the way, did you see Mitch McConnell saying he would absolutely support Trump if Trump was the 2024 nominee? Mitch McConnell's a damn snake. Kermit the Frog says, you want some money, some food? Cold out too, isn't it? Why don't you get a job? If you're so hungry, why don't you get a job? You've got a negative attitude. You got to get your act together. You know how bad you smell? You reek of shit. Yes, Kermit Bateman, thank you. Nova Zero says, I had to explain this to my lawyer friend. If my lawyer and the lawyer of the opposition agreed with anything, I'd be slammed just because. He watches Legal Eagle. You can see why I have the burning need to correct him. Kiwi Goes Live says, the first time I met Nick Rekieta, I remember it so well. I walked right into that office. That's what I did. And I reached across that desk and I grabbed him by his big fat head and I said, listen, man, I'm not going to jail for you or anybody. Yes. Night of Hope says, seems like YouTube is just going down the list of what they consider right-leaning streamers and is seeing how much they can bump them out of existence without earning naughty points with the government. This is some real Cass Sunstein authoritarian shit. Just so you guys know, locals. I have a locals community. It's not fully operational yet. It will be very, very soon. I'm working directly with locals on this. I'm working with them, and it's going to be up very, very soon, okay? So I'm working with locals to get the page running in the way it's supposed to be. Go check it out. All videos are going to be mirrored on locals. There will be extra locals exclusive content for people who subscribe and support on locals. That's going to be extra above everything else. I would prefer it to my Patreonies and my Subscribe Star bros. I love all of you. I want you guys to move to locals too. Once it's ready, I want them to move off of those platforms onto locals once it's ready. Once it's ready. It's not ready yet, but I want to point out that it's there and all video content will be there. Once locals hosts live streams, I will be multi-streaming to YouTube and locals at the same time. We will be multiple streaming. So if you don't want to support YouTube anymore, that'll be fine. Those will be restricted to local subscribers, though, because, you know, that is taking away from the YouTube viewership, which I'm fine with. But if you don't want to support YouTube, I will hope you'll support me on locals. So that's all coming. It'll be flushed out soon. Soon. Because I'm tired of Patreon's bullshit. I'm tired of... The Subscribe Star is basically fine, but I don't like having things in so many places. So, we'll do that. We'll do all of that as we go. Next. Joseph Kerwin says, but Nixon, we're your audience. We love you. Why do you kick us all from the stream and blame innocent YouTube chan? It's a good question. It's a good question. Bad Dragonite says, Magic the Gathering is getting 40K and Lord of the Rings sets. Gonna get them. I hate this so much. I haven't played Magic the Gathering since I was like 14. But I might have to buy the Magic the Gathering 40K set. I gotta see what it is. I gotta see what it is. The idea of dropping a fucking Caiaphas Cain, you know, card and going to town on some Lords of the Pit, that'd be great. That'd be great. We'll see. Okay. Paulie the Adirondack says, how do we know this dude wasn't legal in disguise? You know what? I bet this was legal. How's about I go leave a few choice comments in his community tabs, all right? How's about me and the boys go pay a little visit to Legal Eagle's community tabs? Shadows King 101 says that Spurg that called you is literally every bottom frag in Counter-Strike Go. Kermit the Frog says, get some fucking professionalism, retard. Night of Hope says, this guy sounds like that one pedophile that was calling kids over their Wi-Fi toys. What was that guy's name again? Zoom? I can hear it in his voice. That's why he calls you kids so much. Keep this piece of shit away from kindergarten. He's a case study. Joseph Kerwin. Oh, I read that one. Night of Hope says, Patrick. Is that this F-slur's name? Patrick. Tell me this, dude. Tell me. Was it sucking your dad off that made you think this turbo mad, just screaming angry, launching at other kids' genitals? Was it... What was it that turned you into a butthole-seeking supervillain? Sugi Johnson says, hey, Nick, with that lunatic DA in New York saying he thinks Trump did something wrong, and then going on a fishing trip to find something and the SCOTUS, I guess, saying that's okay. Does that set a bad precedent? Is it okay now for the state to just think you did it? Well, they have to do a little more than think. They have to have a grand jury, but I do think it's still a witch hunt, personally. They have to have a grand jury decide you can get the stuff, but we'll see what comes of it. We'll see what comes of it. Night of Hope says, you know you can get free gay sex in prison, right, Patrick? You could just go turn yourself in for whatever crimes you've committed. I mean, besides the crime of having been born in the first place, you don't have to flirt this hard for it anymore, Patty. No, but really, Patrick, this is the gayest thing I've seen on the internet, and I'm aware of the gay natural disaster that is Ron Toye. Asperger's is like the 5th thing down the list wrong with you. Hope you find happiness under the overpass, my dude. Jeez. Satanic Potato says, I'm down to below 270 pounds. Started at 320 at the end of August. Whoa! Fantastic. Since we all know that fatties don't have rights, it won't be long until I get to have mine back. Dude, that is inspiring success. Keep it up. Keep it up. Don't be fat anymore. Mr. Schwagen says, do you think it would be a good thing or a bad thing to have specialty courts that specialize in specific complicated subjects like tech, social media, patents? Also, I watched the DUI guy video, and he always moves the podium. Why does he do this? Tech, social media, patents. Yes, they do have a specialty appellate court for patents already. And the patent decisions are the most overturned decisions at their appeals because the specialty courts. I don't know if the lower level courts need to be specialized, but they should have a tech or social media court where the judge cannot be over the age of 45. That's what I think. That's what I think. Once they hit 46, move them to a different judgeship. I don't care. But they should have a specialty tech and social media court for people who understand it. As to why he moves the podium, it's just it's a psychological thing, I'm guessing. If he moves the podium, then he shows the jury that he's in control. He gets their attention focused on him. He's not sitting in the same spot. They're not glazed over. It's just a little nudge. Just a little nudge. And sometimes that's what you need, especially if you're in court for hours. Give him a nudge. Shadows King 101 says, fake story. Your daughter would never want to associate with someone so unprofessional. You aren't even a real lawyer. Also, how many more simp bucks do I have to pay before I get my wrench? None? Just tag me, Shadows. You're around here all the time. You're fine. Even though I saw you disparaging my Australia isn't real thing on Uncivil Laws channel, and that hurt me. By the way, I do want to say this. You know why? I was hanging out with my 8-year-old daughter today, but my 6-year-old daughter came up to me and she said, Dad, Joe Biden's elocution leaves much to be desired, and his unthought, unprovoked strike on Syria with missiles is an unreasonable exercise of executive authority, and he should probably not be president. And everybody clapped. That's what happened. That's what happened. You guys realize that getting wrenches, you have a severe duty, and that duty is to not ban people. Not to exercise your power. Because if you do, I'll have to remove it. Malik Foxon says, when you have to come out and say, I'm not a deviant, literally everyone observing you or hearing you at that point in time feels the conscious need to grab their PlayStation, Xbox, Logitech, keyboard controller, press X like 500 times per second. Yes. Silky Johnson says, Nick, these lispy, potentially AIDS-filled soy figs that keep hounding you down are great. Not only are they dumb, but they give you free content. Keep them lunatics coming. Also, in my town in Ohio, there was a dude that banged a picnic table in 2018. God, that sounds splintery. Cerno says, the laws on CP need to change. Sure, it will be harder to prosecute, but the laws are unjust. I actually agree. The laws are unjust. However, I do think they should, anyone guilty should go on the wall. Wolfgang Deo says, lol, after learning of the SIFT method and being reminded of Stormfront, I just checked out their website. For being evil people, they are inclusive. Uh-oh. Oh no, you got groomed by Stormfront. That's the opposite. SIFT was trying to save you. No. Talix001 says, hi, Nick, check your latest Gab comment. Just kidding. No. Dalacourt says, a wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Jeff Patriot sent a cat sticker. Thank you. I think it's a cat. Wolfgang Deo says, I mean that from an initial reading of SF, they appear racially aware. Yes, yet they want everyone to be their best. Whatever, though, I don't care. Oh, Stormfront. Stormfront. Yeah. They want everybody to be their best. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't check their website. I don't really care what they have to say. I Am Flag says, if you were to give out the bully's number, would it be doxing? It would probably violate YouTube's terms. So that's why I'm not going to do it. Gawker's Death Rattle says, Ron Toye, Seaman Sommelier. Wolfgang Deo says, why you make dead locals? Lotus Eaters is better than you. I'm not making dead locals. I just haven't finished it. I'm telling you guys as a preview of it. But it's cooming. The full locals is cooming. NQS says, how is the OB situation different from a slap? OB situation. I don't know what the OB situation is. What is the OB situation? Chat, when you catch up, can you tell me what the OB situation is? I don't know. Owen Benjamin. How is it different from a slap? Okay. In a slap lawsuit, it's based on speech. It's based on speech that is protected by the First Amendment. Owen Benjamin's situation is controlled by contract. So immediately you have two different interests. You have constitutional interests in First Amendment. That's what the slap is protecting. And in Owen Benjamin's situation, you have a contractual obligation between two parties. So those are the big differences there. Also, in a California suit, the slap would be accompanied by a subsequent lawsuit called a slap back, where you could sue for fees. And that's a specific statutory remedy. So those are the big differences there. F name, L name says, I feel like Thunderfig, Dawkins, etc. created the argument standing. Disdain is greater than truth or life. Culture of SJWs, willing or not, they made Vouch et al. Yeah, I don't care if people like Thunderfoot. I don't watch his content. I mean, he's fine. I don't have a problem with him, but I don't care if people like him or not. And I know a lot of people have problems with him. The main thing with him is what he did seems to be fair use. Wolfgang Deo says, guy is a fool with a camera. Photojournalist, lol. The gray one says, evening, Nick, just got off once again. Please take some of my pay for all the great work. Hey, thank you. Hope you've been well, and remember to only read from our certified smear merchants or official sources. Yes. I only want to read things from people who hate me. Much appreciated, brother. I have been well. I hope you're well, too. Angel Ren 89 says, Winter Storm was evil, but re-listening to Ronversations staved off some boredom, so thank you. Oh, that's great. Amateur Ant says, who's spicy assaulted AOC? Biden. Mulfihard says, no opinion on Hogue Law. I like him for video game stuff. I don't really know him. I would love to talk to Hogue Law. He does some good work from what I've seen. Seems to be really informed. Also, you know, I didn't mention Ian Corzine either, and he seems to be a really cool guy too. It's not personal. I just haven't talked to those guys very much. That's all. That's all. Northern Guardian says, does Trump still have military control according to the Presidential Transition Enhancement Act 2019? I haven't read the act. Let me just say, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Joe Biden is commander-in-chief. He was inaugurated. It's done. It's done. If people are telling you that there's some secret thing where Trump's still in control of the military, Joe Biden's an illegitimate president or whatever, you can say Joe Biden's an illegitimate president because you don't believe he was legitimately elected. You can say that all day. Legally speaking, under the Constitution, the required steps have taken place for Joe Biden to be the president of the United States. Period, period, period. And if someone's telling you otherwise, they're wrong. That's just it. That's just it. I don't know what to say. I wish it wasn't so, believe me, but that's the reality we live in, and people need to accept it and figure out what to do rather than expecting some like Trump riding in on a horse with the military. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. So, that being said, I've also seen some people saying that the U.S. is a corporation that's insolvent, insolvent corporation of England, and therefore, since it's insolvent, it's dissolving. Stop. That's not how this works. Not how any of this works. And it's not happening. It's never going to happen. The sovereign citizen corporation dissolving thing is not. People are lying to you. And it's okay if you got wrapped up in it. But stop. Because if it were happening, you would already know. It's not. So there you go. And it's not my opinion. It's just evident around you. Comic book steals and deals. Welcome to Paralegal Status. My pleasure. You hate Vouch. Any opinions on that? Good. Twilight Dragon 3 says Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. Stop breaking the law, asshole! Exactly. Zyver Warrior says YouTube shanked your audience in the back. They did. But they did it from the front. Wolfgang Deo says, tell us it will be okay, Law Daddy. It won't. Physicality Channel says it just booted me twice and sent me to another vid. Yep. That's the new thing it's doing. Breck Nichols says, you snooze kicked me off. F them. I'm back. Proceed, counselor. Chris says, second time YouTube kicked me forward on your stream. Benjamin Meyer says, we must kill the YouTube misspelling because of shatty chat. F-name, L-name says YouTube being less white. I see. Harbinger 345 says, this weirdo calls to unleash profanity. Nick, okay. Anthony Siebert says, oh my God, Nick, the soy in his voice. Juan Cena says, hey, Nick, my wife's boyfriend told me to tell you that you're unprofessional. Probably. Synapse says, stay classy, Miller Coon. Ryan79 says, you better watch out for his wife's boyfriend. There's a lot of presumptions in those statements, buddy. Like wife. Cerberus2185 says, been a while since I sent a super chat. This is hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. Hey, thanks, Cerberus. Thanks for appreciating it. Siren Jack says, girl, next time don't give him the counterclockwise swirl at the end of George Costanza. Now he'll keep coming back. Oh, him coming back would only be funny. Wolfgang Deo says, at the start of Rona, I attracted some nasty comments on my vids for open inquiry. Got a random comment last night about Antarctica. Lol. Weird. Why? Because it rings the disc? Helios Coleman says, Guy's probably an Aspie. He may literally be unable to help himself in this situation. T-Foot attracts an awkward crowd, and it's gotten worse with time. Brooke Hennon says, not about the Chicago GTA ban, but I was told by an Uber Eats driver that food delivery people are getting carjacked a lot right now, and it's turning into a dangerous profession. Oh, I bet it is. I wouldn't do it at all. Mr. Schwagan says, you think that Tubin teacher likes small chests of pirate booty? Stop. Stop it. No. Bad, Mr. Schwagans. Bad. Magnus Borson says, dude needs it to be medicated. Dude needs it to be medicated. It's something if he keeps calling over and over. Seriously, I hope you've reported him to the cops. Seems like the kind of guy to do something extra stupid in person. I don't do that unless I actually feel threatened, and at this point I feel amused. So if that changes, I would report him to the cops. Like I said, I already know his name, his rough location, and I have his phone number. And if it escalated, I would, but I don't do that in general. People are sometimes just stupid. And if they're stupid, that's on them. CJ says, you aren't a left coast Karen, just an Aussie. Stop it. Pseudo Snark says, 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin. I'm late. Sounds like it got weird. Cheers. It did. Bad Dragonite says, call Larry the cable guy because Gettard's done. Gawker's Death Rattle says, looking super sus there, Bead Nikki. Austin Heartless says, when the lawyer is sus. Angry Baneling says, little Racklet is adorbs and hope pilled. She really is. She's great. CJ says, no, Nikki, remember to just use the first page and trust. B. Smith comes up. Thank you for the donation. CJ says, it said he runs a site called Pirate Magic. Sus? Very sus. Very sus. Doc BBC says, new ad, better not send your kids to Shady Grove. CJ says, so, cheese pizza investigation when? ASAP. B. Smith Comsop says he's either a chronic masturbator addict or he was hoping to be seen and preemptively put himself in a position to claim he thought he was offline. Maybe. Mario Pissed Off says, going to those Shady Groves, huh? You don't want to go down that road. Legend says teachers pleasure themselves while on Zoom calls with 8th graders. CJ says, I mean, come on. Shady Grove, special ed, pirate magic, silly bones, tubing. You just can't make this CP up. Me? I just like the con sluts. Sneed says, oh, the camera's on. It's been on the whole time, huh? Hello. Oh, the camera's on? It's been on the whole time, huh? Hello. Why am I toxic? Anime Moon says, we are well past that, Nick. We've gone too been far. Jacob Hanel, probably not Hanel. Hanel says, thank you for the donation. Fizzmeister says, correct wording. The time has come, and so have I. Shouldn't that be done in like a Rick Astley voice? The time has come, and so have I. DCV Titan says, but how else are you supposed to get minty fresh? Mario Pissed Off says, Warski got to Hasbro again. They changed their minds. Wolfgang Deo says, Glass, the cucking desert. Hooyah! Nix Hex says, I work as a defense contractor. My boss tried to give me our job is important to defend Americans. Told him that the best offense is a good defense and winked. He just kind of stared at me. Let's see. Jacob Hanel says, first super chat, also from Minnesota. Hey, what up, Jacob? How you doing? Thank you, buddy. CJ says, oh, let's call raids on electric recycling centers for CP. Maybe they'll change that stupidity. After all, they're in possession. Get the city. CJ says, you're talking about the 80s DeLorean Coke scandals. Not consciously. Joshua Vidrine says, my phone keeps auto-pulling up a download page for a COOF tracking app from my state. Uses Bluetooth to ping other phones, but doesn't track you. F that nonsense. Joshua Sanabria says, as a Washington resident from birth, I can confirm how whack public policy in the justice system is here. Oh yeah, just found this channel. Liking it. Hey, welcome, Joshua. Penultima says, possession is now 0/10 of the law. AGK says, for some reason your Streamlabs ain't loading. Anyway, Illinois HB 3531 is wanting to ban all violent video games. Sent you a DM on Twitter with the build text. You know, my Streamlabs was being weird earlier too, and I thought I corrected it, but maybe it didn't fix. Skeetney says, Nick, instead of saying legally speaking, you should say legally eagly. Pay tribute to the brow-sweating lawyers that fight against the Nazis and shit. Bad Vibe says, if you give me a wrench, I will unleash equal justice. I will ban you all. And yes, even you. I do not discriminate. Spec says, thank you for your content. Hey, thank you, Spec, for being here. Angry Baneling says, you wrenched a pineapple pizza lover. You did that, Nick. The consequences of this action will be huge and wide. What's next? Avocado lovers? Disgusting. Bad Vibe says, unpopular opinion. Australia is real, but it is 1/10 as awesome as US, meaning Angry Baneling is 1/10 as awesome as me. Angry Baneling is from India, which is definitely not real. Robert Levito says, a grifter is never late, nor is he early. He makes money precisely when he means to. Cerno says, when it comes to obscenity law, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Damn. Blaine 20 says, the inauguration wasn't filmed live and was filmed in multiple takes, period. Nick's Hex says, I've been sub since Maddox versus Masterson. If you start shelling for raid, I'm unsubbing. Ha ha ha. No. Come on. No, I have a good grift for Raid Shadow Legends. I think you'll like it. Uy 99 says, I was the one who made the random comment on Wolfgang Deo's weird video about Antarctica. He claims to be living on the edge of this flat plane we live on. I call BS. BS. Wait, Wolfgang Deo, you're saying you live in Antarctica? What kind of fed are you? Malik Foxon says, yeah, I quit doing Uber Eats when I found out from one of my customers that at my real job, they're taking a 32% cut from even mom and pop shop sales through them. Glad I don't have to worry about that carjacking shit. And Night of Hope says, Angry Baneling being from India explains why he's made of shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. That's what we've got for a show. Thank you very much. Wolvenar, no. Ridge Wallet has not renewed the sponsorship yet. I don't know if they will. They reached out to me and I responded to them, but I haven't gotten an answer, so I'll have to follow up. I really like Ridge products. I got my Ridge knife right here. It's great. It's sharp. It's cool. Got that awesome carbon steel finish. I love their stuff. I really do. I wish they would sponsor the channel again, but things got kind of wonky around New Year's. So if they do, I'll let you know right away. But they reached out, I responded, and they didn't talk back. I do have a sponsorship coming for Bite, which is it's a teeth aligning system. And if you guys participate or not, that'll be, that's great. But I'll show you. And I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it. So you'll see how it goes. So, Wolfgang Deo says the ice walls are real, world is flat, still a Fed. And Uy 99 says the ice walls are real, world is flat. So there you go. So there you go, guys. That's that. Yeah. So I will be on Twitch for a little bit. It's not going to be a long Twitch stream, but I haven't really been on there much this week at all. So I will go over there. Come hang out with me for a while. I think I'm going to play. I'm going to do something to piss off Angry Baneling. I think I'm just going to play some Risk of Rain 2 and chill because I'm really, really tired. But, and this weekend looks like it's going to be a busy one. So we're going to play a little bit of Risk of Rain 2 just for Angry Baneling. But, we'll hang out for a bit and then that'll be fun. I found some really good movies on Prime to watch soon. Today's not a movie day, 1, and 2, I don't want to watch a whole movie right now, but we've got Scrooged and other titles to watch. They're going to be great. Plus whatever they're adding in March, some good stuff. Plus Coming to America 2 is coming out March 5th, I think. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you over on Twitch. Peace. Peace. Wolfgang Deo says only girls are globe-like, everything else is flat.
he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now.